Hello there, friends, and welcome to Strangers in the Night, your source for late night VR gaming talk. I am your host, Wes, and with me, as always, is my good friend Ruuts. Ruuts, welcome back to Saturday night, my friend.
Yeah, we did it. My mom, I guess, is that lost her tampons again. Rondo said, which I guess probably is true. I just realized we didn't do a mic check, so like the first second or
Ooh.
two of you saying something, I was like, oh shit, he's like, I don't know why you were like halfway down, but yeah, I saw it, fixed it.
Well,
But
we're
yeah,
good now.
yeah,
Sipless.
yeah, the big Sif. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you all the way up, so
cool. I bumped my my gain up in Ninja a little bit today as well. Not much, just a little bit to give it a little bit of edge
just a
because it seems like
smidge.
I'm always like right at that line, a little low, but not really. So I thought a little bump might actually help in this situation.
Yeah, it works. We did it.
Uh, yeah, we did do it. Happy Independence Day.
Oh
Um,
yeah, dude. What
did
a
you, did you get a chance to celebrate any this week? Did you get any time off work, anything like
I
that?
got yesterday off. I drove to the store and saw some fireworks and I watched the crypto market. So it was a big dip over the 4th of July
Hmm.
holiday, which was good cuz I dumped a bunch of my shit and then picked it back up when it was really low and made some money. So it's
That's
always
how you
good to
do
make
it.
money. Yeah, that's how you do it. But
That's called day trading. Whether you're trading in stocks or trading in assets or crypto, it doesn't matter what you're trading in. That's the game, man. Toss it when it's going low, buy it when it bottoms out. Um,
yeah.
hold on to it when it's high and regret it later.
Not me. I got exit plans. But yeah, no, that was pretty much my 4th of July. But yeah, it was good. It was a day off is a day off, I say. So
I was looking forward to it, having a day off, because we always talk about this, that, and the other thing that I want to, work on for the show, games that we want to play. And I thought, all right, man, I got an extra day this week. I'm going to load up something that I've been trying for a while, and I'm going to get it working and finally play.
uh,
Spent basically an entire day trying to get Red Dead Redemption 2 running on my machine and had some success. Like it does load now, um, but it won't play for any longer than like 5 or 10 minutes before it ends up
mm,
giving me that same error and then crashing it out. Um,
we need Void.
frustration,
We need
frustration
Void
that they
in
do
a
that.
Discord because he just did it. I and you haven't had a
Well,
chance to check the file that I did yet, have you?
no, I
Okay.
haven't done that. As far as Void goes, I did follow up with Void after my ultimate failure. And basically all he told me was that the video I followed worked for him. So I mean, it wasn't much help. I appreciate him taking the time to talk to me about it, but he's just like, dude, I followed that video and basically just extracted the folder into the root directory, and
Mm.
it worked just fine. But for whatever reason, it's a little more complicated for than that for me.
What video card is he using?
That I do not know, and what I also don't know is what mode is he running in, because I'm running in AER, or trying to run it in AER.
Mm.
Do you run it in 3D or do you play it flat 360?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth. I don't usually run it in AER because I think I guess maybe that one you have to use AER because I was playing one of his other mods last night, Harry Potter, and you can use like 3D or AER or mono. Mono to me, the beauty of mono is it just looks so. I mean, you can't get it looking any more sharp than in mono, but it's not 3D
Yeah.
depth, or not as 3D, and so that's the trade off. But usually I do end up switching to mono because it just looks so good. Um, but my theory is if he's got a card that has more VRAM than you, because for whatever
Right.
reason it doesn't crash my system either. Um, And so like it has that initial thing and then it doesn't. So maybe it's like it's just doesn't have, and like we talked about maybe scaling some of that back and seeing if you can get it to, and tweaking it, but I don't know.
Yeah. So I haven't tried the basically what is going to be my last ditch, um, and that is Roots uploaded his entire game directory um, for me on Google Drive yesterday. I've tried downloading it a couple of times. It's weird. It doesn't want to just download the folder. Like I tell it to download the folder,
Hmm.
but it downloads and comes out to like 10 zip folders. And then there's a bunch of files that are loose. I'm assuming that if I extract everything into the same folder, then it will be the same thing. But I haven't been able to get it all out yet because some of it downloaded and then other ones failed, and
How
I need to go
weird.
back in. Yeah, so I've got to start over again when I can sit here with it and manually download the parts that fell. I was so busy playing games for the show today that I just didn't have any more time to burn on that particular project.
You already spent a day on it, dude. I don't blame you,
Yeah,
man. I feel so
yeah,
bad because I literally went in and just ran an hour and did a bounty. You can go to the sheriff in Valentine. You can go to the sheriff's station, and he sent me to go catch this guy that's calls himself a medicine man. He's killing fucking people, Wes. And I had to jump into the river, and actually he jumped in the river. I had to chase him down, and it was just this big whole thing. But it was cool. But what my biggest takeaway, which I tried to use the UEVR mod for Harry Potter last night,
yeah.
and it looked good, but there was like weirdness, and I don't know if anybody else has encountered this, but there was like this ghosting that was left behind of the
That
starting
yeah,
screen.
that was. Oh, I didn't have anything like that. There was some ghosting in the Red Dead 2, or not the Red Dead 2, but the Luke Ross mod of Harry Potter way back when.
Hmm.
But it wasn't like the start screen. It was just the character models that had some ghosting on them.
No, so what it was is like, so you'd get in the game and everything would look fine, but when I would get out, because I'm like, man, things don't seem like they're running 100% perfect, like a little bit off, right? And so when I took off my headset, you had what I was doing, but then back behind it was like this burnt in image of the starting screen, like it never went away or something. It was really weird, and I couldn't get it
Hmm.
to go away. So I said, you know what? I really want to play Harry Potter in VR. Fuck this. So I went back to Luke Ross, and I haven't played it. I originally played it with my 3080 Ti, and I cranked up the graphics, and it looked fucking phenomenal. I mean, it looked so good that I was like, fuck the UEVR mod for Harry Potter. I'm using this. But the only thing is the cut scenes are stuck, like when you move your head, that kind of bullshit. And then
Yeah,
the map, it was like I was playing
that's
Dying Light,
annoying.
your Dying Light
Yeah.
experience. The map was too big. I couldn't see shit. I'm like, it's trying to tell me how to use my wand or what moves to do, and I can't see it. But it looked phenomenal, and it was amazing.
That's
And
annoying. It was fun to play, as I recall. Not perfect. There was some visual stuff with it, and there were like options for trade offs. Like I think you can use upscaling for that, like DLSS FSR. But while it adds sharpness, it also increases artifacts.
mm,
Um, again, this was the early version of it. It may be improved by now. I did notice that Luke Ross updated the mod this past week to include fixes for a couple of games that have been
ooh,
supported for some time.
I need to get that from
Um,
you, because since I don't have that
yeah.
Patreon anymore, and I used the most recent one I downloaded right before I canceled it, and
Hmm.
to do my the mod I was gonna go into Spider-Man last night as well, and I almost went back into what's it called, the game Mash needs to get into, Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just remind me. I'll send the latest iteration over to you. I also saw in on our Discord a couple days ago that someone was playing the Elden Ring mod through Luke Ross with co-op enabled. Like there was a co-op mod for it, um,
You can play like
which
5 people. I
so
saw that, and actually, I think we might. I know Mashty and I played back in the day originally, but I think that wasn't without the mod on the PlayStation. But the only thing, and I don't know, I'd have to ask Void about this because I tried Elden Ring a little bit ago, a month or two ago, when people were asking me, Roots, have you tried Elden Ring with your 4090? Answer is no. I tried, and um it was after the new DLC, and now there's an anti cheat on there that I don't remember being on Elden Ring before.
mm,
And so I was just like, man, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, the game came out, it was out, it's been out, what, a year, 2 years?
yeah,
No
something like
anti
that.
cheat. Why are you adding it now? That's just really dumb to me. It really pissed me off. And I just said, you know what? Fuck Elden Ring. But yeah, I'd love to get in there. That'd be cool.
So Void joining us in chat. Speak of the devil. Void, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us what graphics card you're using. Um, we were speculating whether or not
Hmm.
the amount of VRAM might play into my crashing issues that I've been having with the Red Dead mod. Um, I don't know.
Uh, Eric says we did do the multiplayer, the co-op mod. I remember doing the co-op. I guess maybe that was what it was, right? The co-op, the mod. 4090.
There
Friend
you go.
plays on the 3090. Now, how much VRAM does the 3090 have?
Well, probably more than the 3080 Ti, which is what I'm running on.
That's the
Um,
only thing that I can think. But I say still try the if it's not turning into being a fucking nightmare. Um, trying again because it's definitely worth it. But
wonder
24.
how much you can, I wonder how much you can pick a 3090 up for now. It's got 24 gigabytes as well.
That's a really
Um,
good question. That probably wouldn't be that hard to, especially if you, well, I was going to say you could sell the 3080 Ti, but you could also pass it down to one of your kids, right? Or I guess your daughter
well,
has a 3080.
I'll probably, whenever I upgrade my graphics card, I'll probably sell the one that I've got. Um,
That's what I
I
would
mean,
do.
my kids have great graphics cards as it is. I mean, my youngest don't, but his works well enough for what he wants,
Yeah.
and he's
So,
got enough. He's got more money saved up than I do. It was his birthday, 2 days ago. So happy birthday, Chris.
oh,
Um,
crazy. Happy
but
birthday.
this kid, he literally is just stacking up bills in his bank
Mm,
because he doesn't want anything. Like he's got everything he wants. We ask him what he wants for his birthday. He doesn't want anything, so he just keeps stacking up the money. He could go buy a 4070 right now, just
wow.
with the cash he's got from saving up Christmas and birthdays and everything over a period of time.
Isn't it funny? Most kids just blow through it. They're like, I ain't saving crap. Um, Old Darth
Can't get
says
him to
having
spend it.
great. Say it again.
Said I can't get him to spend it. He
Mm,
just saves,
well.
saves and saves.
Old Darth says having great VR success with 7800 XT, which has 16 gigabyte VRAM. That's awesome, and VRAM is king, or starting to be, at least for VR of these mods. Now, what we're talking about, and maybe that it would work with it, is the Red Dead mod, right? And it may be potentially being uh, the issue. So, but I guess we
Yeah,
won't know because
no,
both Void and his friend have 24 gigs in their cards. So,
yeah. I mean, it sucks, right? Because I do have such a strong rig that plays pretty much anything native with high settings. But the highlight of the generation for VR right now are these mods, and I hate being restricted with them. Right? I want to just be able to play what I want to play, and I can't right now. It's annoying.
yeah, it is.
Um,
That's definitely, like you said, it is the strength. It's basically the best stuff that's out is the mods. And what's funny is, and I see all these videos all over YouTube for video cards. and they trashed the 4090 just because it's so, I
Eh,
mean, everybody said it's amazing, but nobody would ever say that in a video because it's so expensive, right? And everybody, a lot of people have envy about it, and they're pissed that they don't have it, and so they go down this road of cost per, for what you're getting per the card and what you're paying. I just go for performance, raw performance. um and every one of them will say there's no need for the 4090 gaming, and they'll talk about, the CPU being bound and all this stuff, but none of them even consider, because they use 4K gaming in their discussions. They never talk about VR, which is way more intensive. Um, I think it's kind of the only thing really you would need it for gaming wise. So
yeah, yeah, that's the thing. All of these gaming channels don't realize what type of high-powered sorcery we've got going on over here in the VR world. Um, we need more.
yeah,
We need more than the flat gamers need.
absolutely. Looper says price is always a factor. It is absolutely a factor. But what I'm saying is they never ever talked about how amazing the card is. It was always that it's just what you're paying price, the dollar per what you're getting isn't worth it. And I disagree. But I mean, it's all what you can
I
afford at
mean,
the time. I've
it's
been
a,
in. Hey, go ahead.
it depends on what you're using it for. Like
True.
for most flat gamers, that's probably true. Like
Right.
what flat gamer needs a 4090? Not many.
Only if you're going
Um,
to be gaming at like 240 frames or 360 frames,
right.
and you want to have high graphic fidelity at the same time, then you're talking the same thing, right? But most people aren't. So for most people they aren't. But like I said, my irritation is for somebody that's like, oh my god, this is the best card I've ever owned, that I could imagine ever owning. And then I couldn't find any videos with anybody saying anything good about it. It was always trash talking it. That's kind of annoying. But I get it. Cost does matter, but so does performance. So
Indeed. Indeed. Anyways, yeah, stay tuned. Again, this is an ongoing saga. I have begun the saving process and the fire sale that accompanies that, um, so that we can one day get to our upgrade, and that will be a real upgrade whenever it does happen, whether that be up to a 4090 or a 5080. It depends on what the situation is at that time. But I look forward to getting there. And in the meantime, there's still plenty of stuff that I can run. Um, I'm going to wrap up with Red Dead. I'm going to give it one more shot, and if it doesn't work, we'll move along to GTA 5, which I'm probably looking forward to just as much, if not more. I was scanning the, I don't know if it was Discord or YouTube the other day, but I found some videos of one of those Grand Theft Auto role playing servers that we've talked about a few
mm,
times. Only this one's using VR mods. So it's literally what we always kind of wanted, right? Like we've got a live server here with people, playing on it, doing either a job, maybe you're a policeman. Most of these servers make you be a policeman for like
mm,
3 months before you graduate and can be something else. But you got people in there, working, stealing, criminals, um, living their life and doing all kinds of outrageous shit, Westworld style.
mm.
Um, it's always been super entertaining, even just to watch. But I've never seen a one of these servers that supports VR until recently. So that's something that eventually I'd like to look at. Now it'll be a while before we get there because if assuming we can get this thing up and working, I want to play through the story mode routes. I've
It's
never experienced that.
it's amazing, Wes. I think you're gonna love it. It's three different people's perspectives, right? All rolled into one, and one story. And it's just, I think it's one of the best. This is why GTA 5 was so amazing. Is the story, all the acting, just everything about it. It just was just really amazing, kind of like Red Dead. and
I
that's
love the
why
world, man. I love like even though I'm not familiar with the story, I've watched dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of content on roleplay and GTA 5 online. So like I love the map. Like I think it's a great map. There's so many different areas of the city and it's so big. Um, it just seems like a fun thing, even if it just to play it as a sandbox seems like it would be fucking amazing.
yeah, it is. It's amazing. It's just especially in VR. So now you make me want to go play it.
Well, let's do it. Um, Anyway, speaking of which, I guess we should probably move on. We are covering three titles for the second week in a row. We're covering three titles on Strangers
Wow.
in the Night. A couple of solid quest titles this week, and then we're going to wrap it up with a real time review. So why don't we go ahead and get the episode started by saying hello to our friends in chat. Friends like Awesome Tatum says, "Bring on the games." Indeed, we will. Um, Ghost Shot says they are talking about mods that force a regular game into VR called UEVR. Oh, I guess someone was asking about what we're talking about. Grandpa Barbecuer, the Game Cat's with us. He asks, can Cyberpunk be played in VR? Yes, it can actually, and that's something else that
That's
I
the
don't
Luke
think we've.
Ross.
Yeah, we haven't revisited that since we upgraded, have we?
I have, and it's
Oh,
fucking
have you?
amazing how I cranked
Yeah.
everything up, Wes. Like, cause I saw Beardo Benjo's video, right? And it was when he had the 4090 and I didn't, and I was like, oh, dude. And so that was one of the first things I was like, dude, I got to go into Cyberpunk, and it just is amazing.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. That one was playable on my 3080. I mean, it wasn't perfect. It did have some ghosting because I had to use DLSS or something to get the sharpness up. But it was nice on my 3080. I can only imagine what it would be now.
he,
And they fixed like the map and stuff. Though some of that stuff that was broken back then has been fixed now too.
they fixed so many things. Grandpa wants to know if the 2070 Ti Super would play Cyberpunk. Well, Wes played it with his 2080 or 3080, right?
3080.
And it
Yeah.
played pretty good. 2070 Ti might be a little bit, um,
It
you
would
know,
probably run. Um, you would probably have to run everything on low and then probably run it on AER 2.0 to get it to run 3D. It would probably run. Probably wouldn't be as nice as it would be for myself um or Roots, but it would probably work. I would imagine.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And you need you need a Patreon subscription, but you can always
Oh, he says 4070, uh not
4070
26
Ti
Ti.
absolutely
Yeah,
would play it.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
So
Yeah. Grandpa Barbecue, Space Innocent, Ghost Shot, Awesome Tatum, Chris9989, David runs. Says, I just wanted to stop by. I got a jet. Trying to finish the Pop 1 event. Work at 9 a.m. Much love, y'all. I'll
mm,
catch up later. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, sir. Good to see you. Looper's here. He said this last week, too. He's telling me to do a fundraiser to get the graphics card
you know
upgraded.
what? It's funny you say that, Wes. I was gonna suggest maybe even what you could do is ask the community, anybody that has extra money or wants to chip in, to meet you halfway. There's nothing wrong with a community helping you get something, right? Or asking them. You're not demanding it. People can, say, you know what, I don't have extra money. Or maybe somebody just hit some fucking money on the crypto. Wes, if I hit it big, you're getting a card. So, like,
Thank you.
this is the thing, dude. People have extra money. They don't mind helping.
Well, if the 50 series comes around and I don't have saved up for it, maybe I'll ask people to help get me over the line. It'd be nice to if I do have money for a 5080, maybe have people chip in the difference and move me up to a 5090. That would
See, there's a worthy goal. Get you to the fucking
yeah.
top. I say it's good. Let's do it. But we got to get to the
Thank you.
5080 part first, right?
There you go. Thank you, Looper, for the idea. And I appreciate everyone's support. Old Darth says Sackboy and Jedi Outlaw are awesome in VR. I haven't done Jedi Outlaw yet, but Sackboy certainly is awesome. Hawk 107 is here. Says I'm going to take a nap before the hurricane hits my city. Okay. Probably a good idea to get some rest. Don't oversleep though. Um, let's see. Who else is here? Philozix is here. Old Darth. Cop Dog is here. Not sure Brondo is here. Says I can't wait to build my PC and play 2077 in VR. Yeah, man.
It's be
I
awesome.
feel there is a mass movement right now in our community for people moving to PC. Have you noticed it, Roots? Like it's been going on for a few months now. People moving, people building PCs, people saving to build PCs. I feel like we've spread the word about this UEVR, and it's catching on. People want this now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Even with the like Ghost Shot says, it's little quirky, and and I bitch about the things that the issues that I have, like I had with UEVR and Harry Potter or whatever, or Luke Ross. But it literally it wasn't like Wes where I was troubleshooting. I just re-downloaded Harry Potter, and then I did the Luke Ross mod, and then I was ready to play within like 3 minutes, and then I was like blown away. Dude, I went back through, got sorted. I got into Hufflepuff. Oh, I was so excited. Yeah, I'm gonna play through it again. So
Gryffindor.
or I say again, but I only went through a tiny bit of it. So
Eric is in the chat as well. Hey Eric, hope you feel better, bud. Michelle B is here. Says evening, strangers. Good evening, Michelle. Alex VR is in the chat. Says I love virtual strangers. Virtual strangers love you, bro. Thanks for stopping by.
we loved you first. Just want to say that.
Alihimbe the Catalergic Game Cat says I don't think I can make it to the end of the day. I'll be watching tomorrow. Well, that's what strangers and the night's all about, right? That's why we give it to you on Saturday instead of Sunday, so that you'll have a whole day to watch it.
You get to experience it like Fluke Rogi was saying. He was saying he wanted to have the show for his breakfast, right? So
there you go. Zeke, what up? Good to see you, friend. Rogue TR's here as well. Martiniac 2 is here. Game Cap Behemoth, what's up? Fluke Rogi, there it is. Magurali says, morning, all. Good morning, Magurali. Wolfheart JG here as well. Mepper's here. Says, I'm not going to be able to stay up for the show. I hope you all have fun, and I'll watch tomorrow. Well, hello, Mepper, and good morning, future Mepper.
we're early. We're earlier than usual, Wes, and everyone's like, man, I can't, it's funny as I kind of feel the same way. But I can't leave the show. I gotta stick it out.
That'll be over with before you know it. That dank cheese is here, as is Samson 143 VR. Ryan B is here. Scion, what's up, Scion? I haven't seen Scion in the chat for a while. Good to see you, friend. And that Ryan Brandon VR is as far as I can scroll. Let's see who's slipping in. Surely we've got a slippy or two today, like from Colossus, for example, or
that's me. No, we don't have any slippies tonight.
No slippies today. What's up with all the slippies? Everybody hung over from the holiday or something?
I think so.
Must be. All right. Well, we'll go ahead. Those people will filter in as they roll over and realize that they're missing it. I wonder if the notification even went out this time. It's been spotty lately.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
Anyways, why don't we get into talking about one of these quest title routes, and I'm sure people will figure out that we're live eventually and filter in. So why don't we talk a little bit about the latest title from Shell Games, that being Silent Slayer, Vault of the Vampire. This is a game we've known about for about a year and a half. I think it was um, first revealed at the Meta Gaming Showcase 2023, April 2023. Um, and a bit of a different game for Shell Games, but not entirely, right? What we have here essentially is a stationary puzzle game, um, which is kind of what Shell Games is known for, right? I Expect You to Die, a stationary puzzle game. But a bit of a different twist here, Roots, because um, this is something that we haven't seen a lot of in the history of VR. And that is, this is a vampire game. And I'm not talking about some new kind of twist on vampirism like we saw in Vampire the Masquerade. But these are kind of like the old school classic Dracula style vampires in this game, isn't it?
Say that again. Sorry, I was distracted by old art there. Um,
No, I was saying that these vampires in this game are they're not some like new modern take on vampires. These are more like old school classic sleep in a coffin like vampires. Like we haven't seen many games in VR that kind of use this kind of vampire in it.
yeah, no, they absolutely are. They're different than, like you said, the Masquerade. It's they're lot more spooky for one, um, and creepy, and they want to kill you. They want to suck your blood, right? You got to stake them in the
They
heart.
do.
You got to like jab them. um,
They can move their heart in their chest too, Roots. Like their heart could actually be in their stomach. Did you know?
I thought that that was pretty interesting. I did not know that, but when I found that out, I was like, "Oh shit, oh snap!" You know how I found that out the first time?
You stabbed them in the wrong place.
I stabbed in the wrong fucking place, and then that guy came back alive and killed me, and yeah, it was a little startling, um,
That's
to say the
interesting.
least.
I guess before we dive in too deep on this one, I should thank our viewers for providing us with a review copy of this one here,
Oh
Roots.
yeah.
You know, I played this title. I played a demo of this title at PAX East. I talked to the game director. She said that she was going to send us review copies.
Oh.
Guess what? She didn't do, Roots.
She
Didn't
got
send us
she got
review
a little
copies.
distracted. She's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't like the coverage on the last game. They're nixed. No, I'm sure we somehow just fell through the cracks. It
Yep.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be honest, I never followed up. Like I could have sent an email and asked
Mm,
for a review copy. I didn't feel like doing that. Like my time was too precious that day, and the game's not very expensive. I think it was like $20, and then I got an extra 25% off of it. So I mean, it was super cheap. Shout out to Chatty by the way for
yeah.
showing up that night and sharing a referral code with me. That was very cool. Um, but no, man. So again, a bit of a different game here. While it is a stationary puzzler, like Shell Games past games, this one is completely different, probably to any other kind of puzzler that I've ever played. And it isn't that the puzzles are super complex or complicated, at least in the early part of the game. I guess that we should make it clear here that this is not a review. These are first impressions of the first 60 to 90 minutes of gameplay here. Um, the puzzles aren't super complicated here, Roots. It's all about precision and patience here.
Right.
How slow can you go, basically, right?
Yeah, and not only how slow. Sometimes you don't intend to go fast, right? Like you're trying to wedge out a nail or something, and that fucker pops out a little too fast, makes a lot of noise. All of a sudden, the coffin starts, stirring, and you're like, oh shit, like stop. Okay. And that was the funniest thing that got me. Okay. So you got this voice, right? And that this whole time, the narrator, which I thought was very good. Whoever they got for this is
Yeah.
the voice actors, um, does a very good job. But he's like egging you on, right? Like he's telling you, like, Shh, be quiet. You got to be quiet. You know, you can be more quiet. And so you're like trying to be slow. And then he's like, I can't hold them back for, keep you safe forever. You need to be quick. I'm like, well, fuck, man. Do you want me to be quick or do you want me to be quiet? One thing, like even
Yeah.
just taking the little things out to unlock the coffin is like makes so much noise if you scrape it even just a little bit. And then there's like noises going on, and they do a pretty good job of like building tension as you're even just trying to open the coffin. And then once you get, like you said, once you get going, the precision, it seems easy, but sometimes it's not. So
It's like playing Operation, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, I kind of thought about that actually, and that would be kind of cool, Operation VR. But it is, and I guarantee as you, because I only went through like the first 3 or 4 um, vampires, but like each one progressed and gave you a little bit more, right, as far as things to do, and maybe the pattern was a little bit different. But I thought the backstories and like was kind of cool as well. I was kind of torn because I always want to skip through shit, but like I wanted to listen as well, and because the voice acting was so good, I did. I ended up listening instead of skipping, which is usually I skip stuff. So.
Yeah, I think all of that stuff's probably the strength of the game. Like the polish that's on it is what makes it as good as it is. The environments look pretty good for a standalone game. They build a spooky atmosphere with good sound. They're telling a cool kind of backstory, with good voice acting. All of the like vampire models look great. I think all of that's kind of the strength of the game to
Mm,
me. The gameplay, this is where I struggle at Roots because I did enjoy my time with it, um, and I enjoyed the challenge of it. Um, but at the same time, there's a lot of frustration when you're playing this game, right? Because, like you mentioned, first of all, the guy's telling you to hurry up, but slow down, and all of this stuff, which is, just serves to make you even more frustrated and impatient. But there's no save points through any of these puzzles. So you can get halfway through um, to killing one of these things, make a small mistake, and that could be your fault, or maybe it's not your fault. Maybe the something with the controller tracking makes your hand jerk in the game and
mm.
causes it to fuck up and kill you.
I didn't even
Um,
think about that.
at any
Yeah.
rate, like it's a game that prioritizes being patient, but everything about the fail state makes your patience grow shorter and shorter and shorter. So
Mm.
I found a lot of frustration as I was playing through these, as much as I was kind of digging the vibe of the game and kind of the world that they're building.
Didn't you
I'm
listen
not
to the
sure.
vampire though? Like after the first couple, he was like, "You're getting decent," and then he said, "I expect you'll start getting better and faster." Like it kind of implied to me that, you know, you're just gonna get good, son. Is what I
Yeah,
felt like he was
yeah.
telling me because I was like, "Well, fuck, man," because I had the same thing, the frustrations. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I certainly think it's fairly priced. Um, and so here's the kind of the thing, and this is what I said after demoing it at PAX as well. I think it's kind of odd that you're in this vampire tower where this clan of vampires lives at, and the game just has you kind of teleporting from throne to throne. Um, and the whole game is essentially breaking down one of these coffins and getting at the vampire inside so that you can kill them while they sleep. it would seem to me like what should be happening here is the game should be working your way through the tower, going through levels to find these things. And then when you find them, if you manage to survive long enough to find one of these things, now it's like boss fight. The puzzle is the boss fight, right? Now that you've found the coffin, you have to get in quietly and kill it so that you can move to the next level. Um, so I think that's really my biggest issue with it here. It isn't really even the frustration and how tedious it is to work through one of these puzzles, but it's kind of a lost opportunity here where they're giving you, you know, a $20 game, which is fairly priced and pretty fun to play. But I would have rather had the $40 game that's a complete game instead of just a piece of a game. Like I feel like this is like a piece of a game to me.
All right. Yeah, this is the boss fight or whatever at the end of it. Yeah, I totally I think that's fair.
And this is something we've been talking about lately, right? Is that this is kind of where we're trying to get away from as we move into new generations of VR games. One of the things that kind of um, defined Gen 1 VR was people taking a part of a complete game and releasing that as a game in and of itself. We're trying to get away from that. We want full fledged games now, but this seems to be kind of designed as if it were a game that came out in 2018 or something.
yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. What do you think about the puzzles at the beginning? The little thing you have to put together.
Um, I felt like that was something that was put in basically to extend gameplay time. Like I didn't find it particularly engaging. It was a bit challenging. Like I didn't get mad at it or anything, but it just felt like a time burner to me.
Yeah,
What'd you
like
think?
it did get harder each one, but yeah, I mean, I didn't really think it was a time burner per se. I just didn't really. It felt like, I guess, in a sense, just because it's something you have to do to get to the next point. You know, I didn't
Right.
particularly like it. Like the
Right. Well,
puzzle.
that's that. I didn't hate it. Like the very same mechanic that they've got going on for this is something that I actually enjoyed quite a bit in that game, The Shores of
Hmm,
Loci or whatever. I thought it worked well. But where these things are just basic, you know, cubes and triangles and stuff, pieces of rock. Um, again, it just felt like busy work to me when I was doing
had the symbol though. Yeah, that's the thing you have to
it.
do on the.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You have to build Legos before you can unlock the magic.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
no,
don't
I
know.
think I think it's at the end of the day, it's pretty decent game. It's definitely a missed opportunity and all the things, but I
Right.
mean, this is their vision of what they wanted the game to be, and it is what it is. It's pretty cool, especially if you like vampires, right? I like the lore,
Yep. That
so
that's the again that was the best part of it is are these vampires in the setting, lore and polish. It's a cool world to be in, right? And it's another one of these situations that reminds you of what makes VR special. Um, Being in these places and putting your hands on things and feeling the danger in your immediate environment. The gameplay itself was maybe slightly above average. It can be frustrating at times, and I feel like the price is spot on here. I feel like $20 is a good price for it. I just can't help but wonder how much better this game could have been had they wanted to invest a bit more time and budget into really building out a full fledged puzzle adventure rather than this scenario based thing that they have going on here.
yeah.
Old Earth wants to know, does it have good, creepy music? I mean, it isn't overt, but yes, the music I thought was really, It was probably the first thing that I noticed, Roots, when I booted the game, was how cool the music was.
Yeah, yeah. I think the audio overall was done very well. Like I was saying earlier, even just some of the sounds you're hearing as you're trying to be quiet and you're trying to and not make noise, and you're hearing all sorts of shit going on, and you're not sure if it's the vampire or what's going on. But yeah,
Yeah, Mr. Lord Beavis says, don't misread what he's saying. This game isn't easy. No, please don't misread it. It's actually quite the opposite. It's very challenging. But what I'm saying is that the concept itself in the early part of the game is simple. It's not about figuring out what to do. It's not that type of game. It almost isn't even a puzzle game, right? Because there is no other than putting together that stone
yeah,
thing. There isn't really anything to figure out. It's all about how careful and slow you can be and not making a mistake if you move your hand too quickly or
you
move
take
a
it out of the
millimeter.
circle or
Yeah, yeah. You have to be extremely precise with your movements, extremely slow and deliberate. Um, and it's a test of patience in
and
many ways.
and as you're fucking up, like your hand gets out and you're a little too fast, you're doing your design or whatever you're, because it's pretty, like you said, it's methodical, but it's fairly quick too, and you got to do it perfect, and then you mess up, and then like you got to do it again, you got to start over, and time's ticking, and the guy's saying shit, and you got to do it again, and that vampire is getting ready to just fucking jump out of there. All you have to do is have it happen to you one time as you're trying to do that design. Then all of a sudden the vampire's in your face. Now as every time you mess up, it's you're there, and that
Yep.
throws you off. It's like somebody said in the chat. It's almost like it's intentional. It's absolutely intentional. Like this is the thing. The tension and everything is all. That's why they do it. It's building it up. Everything is built up, and so if you like these type of games, you probably really like it. And it could be something that I could see even you liking going back and doing a few more a week from now or a couple days from now and actually enjoying it. It's just one of those things that it can be very frustrating because I'm not big on repetition. Uh,
Right.
and so
Exactly.
if you've had to do it like 20 times in a row, yeah, you might say, okay, I'm done with this and come back a week later. So
Mr. Lord, was it Mr. Lord Beavis? Yeah, it says, did you get to the doll part? I did not. Did you get to the doll part, Roots?
I did not either. So
There you go.
now
So
we have
maybe it
something.
gets cooler. Admittedly, I've only played the very beginning of it. I think that there is 9 vampires to kill in this game. I might have killed 3,
I think that's why I
maybe
killed 3.
4. Yeah.
So
So still in the very early parts of the game. It could get a lot cooler, to be
yeah,
honest. Um, he says it's basically Backstorm VR says it's basically Operation, except when you fail, you shit yourself. There you go.
yeah, and like
Did
I
you?
said, as you're just little things, because you can make noise, you can make mistakes, but the longer you're taking, is the time is ticking, and that guy's just ready to pop out there and attack you, kill you, suck your blood. I don't want my blood sucked, Wes. So
I did get faster at pulling the nails out though. I got pretty good at that. Um, actually, by the end of it,
yeah,
it's
well, they
been
make a lot of noise for nails coming pulling out. I'm pretty sure I could do nails like that a lot quicker and quieter if it was a real uh, vampire coffin.
all right. Old Darth, this could have been a part of a cool Night Stalker game. Absolutely. Or even like I don't know, Morbius or something. Um, let's see. All right. I don't think I have any more questions here with this one. Um, no, my impressions are overall positive of it. I think most of my disappointment comes in the kind of opportunity that's left on the table here. It could have been way better than what it is, but what's here is extremely polished and challenging. It's a fair price, and again, it's unique. It's a very unique game. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend it at $20.
Yeah, absolutely. Old Dar says, you know who else likes getting their blood sucked? Roots.
My mom!
Ah, yeah, she does. I don't know if I think she does. No,
She's
she is
down for
kind of
whatever,
free.
bro.
She is down for whatever. She does. Yeah, then she does. 100%.
Anyway, let's move along to our second title, our second quest title that we played this week, Roots. Basically, um, as we're preparing for Game of the Month, which is coming up on Monday. So everyone, make sure that you've got your notifications on for that one. But we also had the chance to play Dead Second this week, and I know what many of you are thinking, like Game of the Month, Dead Second, like that game's been out for 3 years. Why is it up for Game of the Month? Well, it's up for Game of the Month because it's been on App Lab in early access for 3 years, and this past week it actually graduated to full release. There's new content in it now, new weapons, there's a new soundtrack, new enemies, and there's also a new roadmap accompanying it, saying that there's more of all of this stuff coming over the course of the next year as well.
Wow.
Um, Roots, this game, first of all, shout out to Sponge Games for allowing us review access to this game. But Roots, this game's been a kind of a cult classic for some time, a community favorite um, that we never played. Like, I never played it. People begged us to play this game, but we never got around to getting in there until now.
Didn't somebody gift it? That's I don't know, man. I could have sworn at some point I should have gone in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Chris, Guido bought us
yeah,
both copies of it back in the day.
yeah. I'm sure they got given to somebody, but this is the thing. I'm kind of I'm bittersweet, I guess. I kind of was like kind of wishing I'd gone back in the day, but I'm kind of glad I waited because I was actually really impressed with this. I was
Yes.
so impressed. The only thing that impressed me more than this game was watching through this footage of Wes playing through. I'm like, holy shit! Like, I was like fucking quadro shots and crack shots and like you pointed it out in the video. It was like number 12 in the world or something on level 2 or I was like, holy shit, dude. I went through, I thought I was doing good. Nah, man, I sucked
Some of
compared to.
these, man, some of these, and what you're looking at here is my second ever gameplay of Dead Second. I played it for an hour yesterday. I played it for an hour today, and I guess Roots that there are just some like gameplay styles that people are just meant to play
Hmm.
because I picked this fucking thing up today and was just killing it. I mean, there were levels that I'm top 5 in the world at on my first time playing through the level. Like it's crazy. Um
Too bad there's not a
so yeah,
competition for this one like Zombieland. I think it's very similar to Zombieland
there you
game
go.
style,
Yeah.
except for I like it better. You're in more control. You have multiple spots to teleport to. I just think it's done very well. Like at first I was like, oh man, what are we teleporting here? And then I quickly was not complaining about it because the pace is perfect. It's perfect for using my instinct, which is like I don't want to manually reload a game like this. And then I realized that because same thing with Zombieland, just pointing the gun down, you kind of need to reload fast. There's so much going on. I don't want to be grabbing it. I'm sure there's the Drillos out there that are like, you know what, I'm gonna manually reload. And I say fucking kudos to you because that would be fucking hard in this. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that was the biggest surprise for me with this game. So coming in, I knew what the game was, right? It's a time crisis inspired um, arcade shooter with node based teleport. It's very linear. I was very much expecting a game that I'm going to come in here and play and say, oh, okay, this is Crisis Brigade.
Mm.
That's not what I ended up saying, though, when I got in and actually realized how this game operates. And you just said it, man. This game isn't Crisis Brigade. This game is Zombieland. Um, it's the very same core gameplay concept, which is you kill a guy. So in Zombieland, when you get a headshot, it stops time for a minute. In this game, it's very much the same thing, but you don't have to get a headshot. Anytime that you kill an enemy, it freezes time for a few seconds or slows it down. And the way that you score big points is by stringing combos together. So you kill one guy, time slows down for about a second. If you can manage to kill the next guy in that second, then now you've got a streak and time continues to stay slow. And as long as you can keep killing guys, the bullet time stays in effect. And you keep stringing up and ringing up these combos. Um, so yeah, it's very similar to Zombieland. Um, Zombieland has a little bit more to it with regard to strategy around which weapon that you're choosing. Where you still have the same ability here to unlock weapons and grab whatever weapon is best suited for your play style. Zombieland, though, is a little bit more complex as you'll go through this level will work better with shotguns, or that level will work better with submachine gun. Here, for me, and it may be different for other people that play differently. For me, the revolver is the ultimate weapon. One shot, dead. This really plays into my kind of gameplay style. Um,
You gotta be on your
but no,
shot,
man,
right? And
yeah,
there's no bullet limits here too. You couldn't do that with Zombieland. The ammo management was big in that game, right? As far as
yeah.
like the special bullets anyway. So
Yeah, it's just a different variation on that same type of gameplay. Zombieland was very much on a rail, where this gives you options. It's node based.
mm,
But on the other hand, in terms of the overall path through the level, Dead Second is very linear, where Zombieland from time to time will let the path branch, and you can kind of pick which way to go. So this is kind of like if Zombieland um, had movement like Blood and Truth,
right.
because the gameplay and the scoring is just like Zombieland, but the movement is like Blood and Truth. Um,
Yeah, it's quick, and that's the thing. Like I said, the gameplay pace is perfect. There's
yeah,
no weirdness. There's no jank. There's no slowing. You just teleport, and you're at the next spot, and you can move back and forth. You're totally free, right? So that's what I kind of like. You get to a spot, and you decide, okay, I don't like this spot. I want to go over to that one. I want to move forward. I want to move back. You can teleport forward, and all of a sudden there's fucking enemies up there, and you're like, oh shit, maybe that wasn't a good idea. So I agree with GameCat Behemoth. I like this game. I liked it. I had fun.
it was great. It was
Yeah,
better than I expected it to be. I expected it to be good, just based on what I know about other people saying it. But I very much expected this to be like an average game. And I would say that it's an above average arcade shooter. This is something that I could go back to and play quite a bit. Like the only kind of real problem I have with that is I feel like I'm two play sessions in on this thing right now, and I'm halfway through it.
mm,
And I don't mean that I'm halfway through um, the levels. I've already played through all of the levels. What I mean is each level has 3 difficulty settings. I've beat them all on easy, and I beat half of them on normal now. Um, so I feel like another 2 or 3 game sessions in this, and not only am I going to have all of the difficulty levels beat, but I'm going to have most of the achievements done. I'm probably going to be at the top of all the leaderboards.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
Um,
number 5 in the world, bro. Like, of course you flew through these levels. I wonder how if there's if there are other people that are struggling and like, fuck, man, what? And you haven't tried the hardest level, right?
Not yet. That's next. That's what's coming next. When I pick the game back up, I'll be playing the early levels on hard and the late levels on normal. Uh,
Yeah, this
so
one
yeah,
has
that's
hipsters
next.
instead of zombies. Yeah, everybody wants to shoot hipsters. Nobody. I feel bad for the zombies, Wes. So it's
Yeah,
not their
yeah,
fault.
right. Yeah, I thought about that, man. There's one of these levels in here. It was Occupy City Hall. It was called. So like people, it was like literally Portland, and you had to go in with your gun and clear out the mostly peaceful
that
protesters.
that's what we need is like a parody spoof game like that. And I'll take one on both sides. Have some evil right wingers in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, just whatever. I say it would be amazing. It'd be fun.
you
Oh,
go through the Capitol building on January 6th and clear out all of the right wing insurrectionists.
yeah, dude, that would be cool. That would be, I think, a winner.
Um, anyway, no, this was a fun game. Basically, a tried and true genre,
Right.
right? Like you typically when you hear people talk about games like this, they take this kind of negative connotation without even like playing them, where people are like, "Oh, great, another arcade shooter," right? Like, but as we've said many times on this channel, a good game is a good game, and um, these genres, these rail shooters, wave shooters, uh, arcade shooters in general, there's a reason why there's a million of these games, and that
Right.
is because when they're good, they're really good and they're addictive. And this is a really good one.
Yeah. Out of all the games we played tonight, this was my favorite. And like you were said, I was surprised. I was like, wow, it's on the Quest. Who would have thought? 3 games on the Quest. Oh wait, 2 games on the Quest. Although I did go into the Quest version of the next game, because I was on a
Oh, did
Quest
you?
roll. I said, "Fuck it." Now let me go in and see. And then I was like, "Oh, this is sandbox only. Fuck this." But
Yeah, yeah, that was a mistake. Um, Ghost Shot says that'd be cool if they made a full locomotion mode. At least more maps would be nice. Yeah, that's my biggest beef with the game is I would like more content. More
right,
maps, more enemies
they
would
said
be
they're bringing
cool.
more, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They
So
are
that's the
indeed
thing.
bringing
That's the
more.
takeaway. West started it with that. They clearly know that there's not like they spent all this time polishing it and making this game ready for release. And then they're smart and they came out and said, look, it's ready, it's released, and we're going to release more. There's more coming. And
Yep.
so super cool. I
That's
mean,
the
if you,
cool. That's the cool thing about it. Like this game's been out for 3 years now. It's done well. Um, but they're not done with it. They're still supporting it, still updating it, and still have plans to update it going forward.
yeah, absolutely. And that's, like I said, that's what I want out of a developer. As one that's going to not only finish the game, but continue supporting it after they finish it, which clearly they're not finished with it, which is cool.
It was awesome. Got some friends joining us in chat. Friends like Joshua Taylor joining us. VR Spry guy is here. What's up, Spry? Happy birthday. Um, Mark Smith dropping by to say hello and that he appreciates us. We appreciate you. And Skiva, what's up, Skiva? Skiva dropping by to say I love Dead Second. Uh, excuse
Yeah.
me. I second that motion. I love it as well. It's pretty dope as far as these arcade shooters go. I really like the maps routes. Like, even though they are kind of linear as you make your way through them, I like the environments. Like, even though it is a basic art style,
Hmm.
screenshots really don't do it any kind of justice. The game's much better looking inside the headset than I was expecting.
No, yeah, it looked very good. Especially the character models. And it was definitely really good. We also had looks like Shades of Gray Matter as well, and Chi Town D is in.
What's up, D? What's up, Shades? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Um, oh, this thing's pretty awesome, man. If you like these sorts of games, um, it's not quite as challenging as a game like Crisis Brigade. It's not quite as strategic as a game like Zombieland, but it has that same kind of addictiveness that Zombieland has. It's just a bit more simplistic to play through. Um, I'm at the point now, Roots, where like I'm wondering if I should just go through and unlock the weapons just to see how different they are. I feel like my second weapon unlock gave me my ultimate weapon. So
Really?
like all of the other ones, yeah, the revolver suits me perfectly. But there's like I haven't even unlocked the submachine gun yet.
Uh, there you
There's
go.
all kinds of semi-automatic and automatic weapons I haven't unlocked yet.
Most people
Um,
aren't going to feel that way. And so they're going to feel like they got to spend way more time trying to unlock all the other guns, right? And so, like, you've already found it'd be like if there was a shooter game and the first game, thing you unlocked was a sniper rifle. That D would be like, I'm out. I'm done. This is it. You'd be the same way, right? You just have what you like. So, what you're good at.
and you can unlock dual wielding for all of the guns. You just have to buy a second one.
Oh,
But
really?
again, yeah. But again, this is something that that I don't dual wield. Like that's
Mm.
not something that I like doing. It hurts my accuracy to try to fire with both hands.
What if you
So
could
I'd
get
rather.
good? Like with both, you could be like crack shot.
I'm sure I could. I would just be, shooting people in the knees instead of in the head if I start doing that.
That's the
Uh,
thing too that I liked is like, um, you don't have to be as. I mean, you do. It does. Like you don't have to get the headshots, right? It's not. It's like not the double tap. You just have to die. So you can just fill them with lead, kill them, and of course reload. Obviously quicker or better to headshot them, but
Well, that's
so
what I like about this revolver is you don't have to headshot to kill them. Like with the first gun, you headshot will kill anybody. Um, but with this revolver, if you miss and clip somebody in the shoulder or something, they're still going to die because the damage is so high with it.
damn.
Um, yeah, that's why I really like it. SpryGuy wonders how good Isabel is with two guns. Like Isabel, she's unbelievable in After the Fall. Like she dual wields constantly in that thing, and she just destroys every one of us.
That's
Um,
crazy.
it is. Was trying to tell him. He says, "F those kneecaps, yo." There's one dude in here. I don't know if we'll make it to it or not, but like literally, he was hiding behind cover, and all that you could see was the tip of his shoe, and I literally blew his toes off, and it killed him.
Damn. Well, I mean, you could die. You could die from bleeding out in your foot, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's all he gave me to shoot at. I couldn't do. The only other like thing to do was wait on him to come out. I didn't want to wait.
Old Darth says, I thought Squadrons on PSVR was pretty impressive, but man, the PCVR version is
Mm-hmm.
next level. It absolutely is. And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about this when I saw D talking about Spry getting her addicted to Battlezone. Like, the HOTUS, man, is such a amazing addition to both of those games, right? It changes everything. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a game that it shocks me just how quickly people moved on from it. I mean, it was a AAA quality Star Wars flying game with a full-on story campaign and like deeply featured multiplayer modes as well.
I think I
but
moved on from it too quickly.
I think everyone did.
I, well, I think it was laid out a little weird. Like the structure of it was not traditional, but I want to go back to it. I haven't played it on my new rig, and I think it's an amazing game. You know,
Well,
so
we've talked about this a little bit lately. The kind of need for us now to revisit the best of Gen 1 games, not only because we've got new rigs now to really fully enjoy them with new headsets, but a lot of the audience is newer to VR and aren't really familiar with those old games. I don't want to go back and play mediocre games from the first generation, but I'm all for covering these games a second time.
right,
Games like
the good
that
ones.
that
Yeah,
that people need to know about.
I'd rather play. I'd rather play one of those games than the mediocre ones. There's a reason why I'm, at 11 p.m. last night, I'm going in instead of the games that I needed to go into for today, which I went into today. I was going into like UEVR mods and AAA games, and like I just can't go into most of the stuff that everybody else is happy with, which is great. A lot of people are enjoying stuff. I've just already been down that road 6-7 years ago, and I just want like my level is way up here now, for what I want. And
I went into Stormland for a few minutes this week just to mess around and remember how cool it was.
all the
Um,
movement in there was the best.
yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
Magnum Gaming says I sound low.
It, and I'm sure he is. And this is the thing. And I was telling Wes, like I got him pegged, and um, as far as that, but I think we just
I
need to
mean,
get your.
in OBS, like it's up there, right? Like maybe I was mumbling or away from my microphone or something, but it's where it should be.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can try bump up in. You know what? Never mind. I was about to go ahead and bump up in Ninja, but I'm not going to do that because we're about to switch off to real time review anyway.
Then everyone would be saying you're too loud anyway, Wes. You
Right.
know it.
So,
That's just the way it works.
anyways, highly recommend Dead Second for those of you out there who are fans of arcade style shooters. There's a reason why this game has become so popular over its many years in App Lab, and I expect the popularity only to grow now that it has moved on to the official store. Um, what is this, another $20 game, Roots? I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I just want to verify it before I put people off. And anybody that's interested and doesn't already have this title, tag me up in Discord, and I'll send you a referral link so that you can have this game for $15 instead of 20.
Oldar says, in many ways, the VR mod versions of the earlier Half-Life games are better than the Half-Life Alex. Deeper gameplay versus Alex's graphics, and that's exactly true. We said it
Wait a minute.
when it came out. Half-Life Alex kind of held back, right? Valve, they kind of they held back for the sake of newbies in VR and not wanting to get people sick, and
Right.
so
$14.99, Roots.
that's not bad.
$14.99. So forget what I said about that referral. It just already costs $14.99.
Yeah. What a steal, right?
Incredible price. We say that our only real complaint about it is the amount of content. Well, I mean, it's a pretty good amount of content for a $15 game.
Right.
So yeah, pretty incredible there. And
Oh my God, this is so easy. Says, not once in 47 years of Virtual Strangers has Wes ever been too loud. His mic is always the lowest in any room. You're right. I guess it's Eric that's the that we play the game with, him being too loud and too quiet. But Yeah. Well, we need to get Wes some like a Go XLR or something of that nature. When Eric upgrades his thing, he's gonna send Wes his. So Eric, you need to upgrade. Send your shit.
All right. Looking ahead, Dead Second has a robust roadmap to keep players coming back for more. The first update, scheduled for 3 to 6 months post launch, will introduce two-handed weapons,
Oh.
fire mode selection, improved AI for the enemies,
Oh,
and
that's good.
two new levels, bringing the total number of levels to 10. Second update, planned for 9 to 12 months down the line, will feature a new location setting with 4 to 6 new levels, new enemy types and behaviors, enhanced environment interactions, basic hand-to-hand combat.
Wow.
So there you go. So they're going to essentially double the amount of levels over the course of the next year, and greatly
Make the game better.
add variety not only to the weapons but the enemies as well. So everything that we said that this game needs is on the way from Sponge Games over the course of the next 12 months.
That's awesome. Fluke Rogi says one of the devs of Dead Second has left the company now, though, and is set up his own flat game company. Unfortunately,
Really?
yeah,
That's
evil
something
flat
that I
game
was
company.
not familiar with, actually. That's the
Yeah,
first I've heard of that.
yeah, that's crazy. Well, I guess things change. Hopefully, he was the one that was holding back the game. And like, oh my God,
Yeah,
thank God
that's
Tony's
it.
out of here.
Yeah,
Fuck that guy. But
yeah, totally. Totally. All right. Anyway, highly recommend. Pick it up. How about that, Roots? We covered 2 Quest games this week, both good games.
yeah, that's surprising, right? Um, yeah, I was actually very shocked. I was gonna say the next game Quest version, but we don't even talk about that game in the Quest because it was a PC. I
You
shouldn't have
know,
even been in there, Wes.
Quest had a pretty solid month this month, actually, as we're going to see on Monday. Again, game of the month coming up this Monday on the Virtual Strangers channel. So be sure to join us then. Come and vote for your favorite releases of the month and make sure that they're well represented. Because there is a bit of a debate to have this month, I feel like. Anyways, we have one more title I'm going to attempt to real time review for you. But before we do that, Roots, we have
Oh
some
yeah,
old business that we have to resolve.
I almost forgot about
Um,
that. Man,
oh, yeah.
I totally forgot.
We have a giveaway, man. We've had giveaways every week for like the last month.
That's awesome.
And this week is no different. I think today's show will be the first Saturday in forever that we haven't had a giveaway going on. But we do have one to resolve, which is Miracle Pool on Meta Quest platform. We covered this game, or I guess I covered this game last Saturday and was fairly impressed with it. This is basically almost everything that I want from a pool game in VR/MR. Um, and again, Roots, kind of the criticism I have of it is all more aimed at the hardware itself and not so much the game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say what criticisms do you have? But I know what criticisms you have, right? You're the controllers. And
Yeah,
that's I mean
controller
this is
tracker.
and we've talked about it not only with this games like this, but bowling, anything that even walkabout sometimes, if you're not really looking at it, um it just can get weird. I think that's why they really need independent sensors and controllers. They need to be set, I just don't think that the way that regular controllers for the Quest 3 and that type are perfect for everything in these
Right.
situations anyway.
Anyway, this is a great game. Hopefully, those of you who entered to win and end up coming away without winning will just go ahead and pick it up. I think this is also $15 on the MetaQuest store right now, and it's worth every penny. But with that said, Roots, we're going to give away 2 copies of it right
Ooh,
now. to people who watched last Saturday and left a comment saying that they would like to enter. 20 people, Ruuts, left such a comment. Each one of them were assigned a number before the show. And we will now go to the random.org random number generator to pick up two numbers at random. Those whose name corresponds to each number will win a copy of the game. And it's as easy as that. So, give me just a moment to pull it up and we'll see who our winners are.
Looper says the Pro controller support on non-Pro headsets isn't perfect either. Yeah, I don't know about the non-Pro headsets. I wouldn't say that the Pro controllers in general are perfect, but they're a lot more perfect than not. So much so that when Wes initially brought up the problem, I was like, it shocked me. It didn't even dawn on me that could be an issue because I didn't have it. I just thought the game was perfect, or it felt perfect. So.
No, it's one of the few instances where I really missed having externally tracked controllers instead of the inside out headset track controllers. All right, 1 through 20, all fed into random.org. Two winners, and the first winner is 20. Literally 20 would be the first person who entered, whoever that is, because I number these backwards from newest to oldest. So whoever the first person to enter was, that is the person who won. And that person is Garfield, the lasagna loving.
Oh my God. Oh, I love Garfield. It's one of my favorite
Congratulations,
cartoons.
Garfield. You are the winner. Tag me up on Discord and claim your prize.
Spry says it better not be tech. No, that's the next one.
Well, we do have room for one more.
Grandpa.
Oh,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Grandpa wanted to know why the screen looks small, or the pool table looks small on the screen. If you are able to play it proper size, there actually is multiple settings.
Yeah, you can use a full size regulation table or a smaller table if you have a smaller area to play in. The second winner is 11 from Stranger Things, the little girl, 11. You are
oh my God. Millie Bobby Brown, you won. I don't think she likes this game. Maybe.
She likes any of us.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, let's see who's 11. App J.
Ooh, App J.
App J. Congratulations,
awesome.
App J. You have won a copy of Miracle Pool for MetaQuest. Tag me up on Discord and claim your prize. So congratulations, App J. Congratulations, Garfield. You just won an awesome game. Be sure to claim it.
That is awesome.
Anyway, congrats, winners. Those of you who entered and didn't win, go buy it. It's cheap. It's good. You won't be sorry. I promise.
Yeah, if you like pool, I can't imagine this is the best pool game I've played in VR. And most pool games suck. I'd say almost all of them, to some extent. This one just to me felt really good. So
it's the closest. It's the closest to perfection that we've seen yet.
Yeah, the physics are really good.
Anyways, that's going to bring us to our third and final title of the episode. That title being another old cult classic, Ruuts. This game's been popular for even longer than Dead Second, and that is Blade and Sorcery. This is a game, much like Dead Second, that a lot of people love. It's had a following, a big following, for a long time. I think this thing has close to 48,000 reviews on Steam.
Wow.
That's how many people playing this game. And it was a game that I never had any kind of urge to check out, because for the majority of the history of this game's life, it was an early access tech demo that basically um, all it had to offer was a sandbox. Now it was a feature-rich sandbox with realistic melee physics and cool sorcery, a lot of modability. Here, Roots, you'll find a lot of comical video content on YouTube with people doing all kinds of crazy shit, modding in new characters, and um, a lot of the stuff that caused VR to go viral in the early days was done in played in Sorcery. But it's never quite been for us, right? Because I mean, melee already isn't your thing, but sandboxes aren't my thing. So we just kind of decided not to ever cover this until now, because now the game is quite different.
Yeah. Yeah. It's different, but it's not different. Like Looper says, he said it's still not a game, unfortunately. Now it's a sandbox with a skill tree. So I didn't play as far into it as you did, and you're going to be playing it here shortly, so everybody gets an idea of what this actually looks like. My biggest problem didn't go away, and that was I love physics in games. As a matter of fact, I was really impressed with Vampire Slayer and the fact that I couldn't put shit through the tables, and I was impressed
Right.
with a lot of the games that I had physics. What I don't like is physics in climbing. I don't like physics in when I like try to climb something and I push down and my arm is really stretched and I'm struggling to fucking move around, and every movement is a labored movement because that's real life. This is kind of supposed to be a simulator, and I feel like they get the movement wrong. So wrong that I couldn't play it for more than about an hour today. But I don't know. I didn't even mean on coming out and being that fucking negative right off the bat. It just really bothered me, Wes. And like I said in our chat, I felt like I was playing Boneworks again, but Boneworks was really cool, and I wanted to go through and explore and do that. And I didn't in this, and your gameplay hopefully will prove me wrong in this when you go in there and play some. I just I felt like it was the same game, exactly what Looper said. And but I didn't like the game to begin with, so I'm like the exact opposite wrong person to be in there. So
We're going to break it down. Certainly there are areas of that it could improve. I didn't have quite as much trouble with jank as what you're describing here with the movement. Maybe I overlooked it. Maybe I just played differently. We're about to find out on that account. Um, I had some other criticism of the game, and we'll get to that also as I play through it. But the reason why that we're deciding to cover it now is because they have introduced kind of a story mode to it. And it isn't like a fully featured game. It's not like an RPG or anything, but there is objective based gameplay to it now, and that was kind of the one thing that was missing from it that I needed to be interested enough to check it out. And so they're giving you some lore now. They're giving you an objective to accomplish. It isn't just about getting in here and fucking around anymore. Now there's some story bits to find. There's some exploration, and there's some stuff to do. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in here and see what kind of stuff there is to do in Blade and Sorcery now. Talk about what it does well. Talk about what it does not so well, and talk about what it doesn't do at all. And then we'll put a bow on this episode and call it a night. With that said, I am going to have to disappear for a minute to get properly set up. So, Roots, if you wouldn't mind entertaining the chat for 5 minutes or so
Sure.
while I tear down my camera set up here and get my my VR set up ready to go.
Oh, all right. Well, Bax in VR wants to know, does the end update break mods? Well, I don't know if it breaks the mods. I know that it gives you options for mods. So my assumption is you'll probably have to re-download them. whoever makes the mods will have to redo it for the end game update. But I don't know. So basically, and I'll talk more about this when Wes gets back as well, as far as the movement. It just
Bye-bye.
it's the flow of it, right? Like it's the when I'm climbing, and I said this about certain games, like it should like when I climb a ladder, I just climb it. Like there's no hesitation, there's no, like it doesn't feel right. There's like I don't know how to explain it. I just doesn't feel good to me. And so same thing with it's I guess the Wes has said it, they overdo the physics so much so that it doesn't feel right when you're moving, when you're doing anything like that, when you're climbing. I did like the jumping felt good. You could jump pretty far in it. But I don't know. So, but I'm not a melee person to begin with, and I was not impressed with the game Blade and Sorcery originally. I just felt like it was over sensationalized because the content creators came out and made all these videos that made it look really cool. And then you got in there and there was nothing to do. And I went in there today and yeah, there's something to do, but I don't want to do it. So what good is it to have something to do if it doesn't make me want to do it? But again, I don't like melee games and I don't like their physics. I don't like to struggle when I'm climbing or whatever you want to talk about it. So it just felt weird. So yeah, it's the ragdoll physics and it's got the exact same problem that Boneworks and Bone Lab has when you're like swinging, climbing, and it just feels not right. And they never went back and fixed that. So I'm not sure if it needs to have more momentum. It's kind of like I was saying about Dead Second, how the movement flows, how the gameplay just flows, and it feels good. This is the opposite of this. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't flow. When I'm climbing up something or I'm going across something, and I'm literally limited. Like each movement has like a half a second hesitation. So even when I'm ready to move and I've already started to move, you can't. It doesn't let you. And then all of a sudden, it just feels weird. So I don't know how else to explain it. And I should be sitting here going off on that because we haven't really talked about the game outside of it. There's people that love this game. Like Wes said, there's a cult following. I just feel like if you didn't like the game before, I don't think this is going to change anything for you. It's not like you suddenly have this amazing story driven thing. It's like Wes said, you got exploration and you'll get to go across a platform and get to it and you'll pick up a tablet and you'll read a little lore and then you'll go around to another thing and you'll find another tablet and you'll read a little bit more. It's not what I would consider a story-based campaign that was added to it. It's exactly what Looper said. And some people will really love it. I just didn't. And out of all the games I played tonight, it was my least favorite. And I went into the Quest version first to check it out because I had forgotten that it was the new version was PC. And then I saw that it was sandbox only. And I remembered why I didn't like that version of it as I ran around. But I will say this. The environments are very beautiful. The water's very good. The swimming felt phenomenal. Swimming felt really good. So they can get movement down right. They just can't get the climbing down right. And I didn't feel like, at least for me, the melee, every time I went up to an enemy, I just smacked them on the head with my sword and knocked them down. And then I just stabbed everyone. Smack. They'd fall down. And then I'd, like, every time. So granted, I didn't play 4 hours deep, so maybe they get really, really difficult as well. But Wes is a couple hours in. So we're about to find out in real time what kind of difference the enemies are, because for me, at least as far as deep as I did, it was there was no real reason to have them attacking me. They were kind of just getting in the way of my exploration, yo. So Nomad on day one was bad. Well, so what do you mean? Just as far as how it played, or just in general? Dead Island. Well, okay. So this is the thing. I don't like melee, but some people love melee. I mean, I do like some melee. Elden Ring. I've tried playing a sorcerer, and I don't like it. I played through the entire game. Well, not the DLC, with a melee build, and I loved it. Because the melee in that game is really good, and I don't have to parry if I don't want to, and I don't parry. So that's my biggest pet peeve in especially in VR, because that's the way they want to make you feel engaged. They want you to have to parry. Fuck you. There's people that actually fight in real life that don't use parry, not, at least not in the way that they do it. If I have to use a parry in every single time to attack something like Asgard's Wrath, you failed as a developer. That particular thing sucked so bad. It was horrible. So yeah, Saints and Sinners Melee is really good. Elden Rings is amazing, as Awesome Tatum said. Until You Fall was good as well. But even the ones that, like the ones that I did like Until You Fall was pretty good. I'm just not a melee person, but that doesn't mean melee's bad. It just means I don't like that type of game, which is fine. I don't need to like every type of game. And it doesn't mean that if I don't like a game that it's not good. I would say Blade and Sorcery, I don't think is that good, but it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I don't even think it's got the best simulated sword fighting. But I'm not a swordsman, Maybe you guys are the experts out there. Be like, dude, Ruuts, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's the best melee sword play in any game that's ever existed, and I'll stand corrected. I just don't. I'll probably disagree with you, but it's probably not as bad as I'm making it out to be, as I'm rambling here. Yeah. I was trying to see what the tactical haptics, huh? Yeah, it is optional, and especially Asgard's Wrath 1, because I turned it off, because I played it on easy or whatever mode you had to have it. My thing, Looper, is, at least, and I don't know, I can't remember about Asgard's Wrath 2, it shouldn't have been the standard. They should have said, okay, if you want to play a ridiculous fucking version of the game, you need to turn this version, we call it fucking fucked up. I don't even know what you want to call it. The most fucked. And then they can turn it on and you can say, dude, this is amazing. I just don't think it was a good mode for default. And I think most people, or a good portion of people, turned it off. But maybe I'm wrong. And maybe I'm just over exaggerating, but I'm just in that mood. So what's up, Tech? But how do you connect your headset to the PC? Cable, AirLink, virtual desktop, Steam Link. I use, at least me personally, yeah, I guess you are talking to me. I use the cable. Mine's connected to this cable. Never comes off. Never gets unplugged. Sits right here. My controllers are always plugged in there. It's always charged. And I don't have to worry about ever having to worry about charging it. But I'm also not in the middle of my room John Wicking it. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't 2017 when Ruuts first got into VR and oh my God, I got to wire shit and hang, I can't have a cable and I got to have pulleys and all this bullshit. And that to find out that none of it mattered. To me, anyway. Because most of the time I'm going to be sitting here or standing here. I'm not going to be flipping 100%. Around doing cartwheels in my play space.
That was
So
my big one of my big complaints about the the dead second was that there was no reason in the game that I couldn't play that sitting down, but I couldn't play it sitting down because there was no adjustment for the floor, so it like made me super short.
isn't that funny, dude? And the same thing, dude. What was it? Was it that was where you saw your hands and they were really tiny, right? That was actually was that this game? One of the games. I thought that was pretty funny because I stayed seated, and it shrunk me down to like midget size, and my hands were really tiny. But those fucking hands were so realistic, the way the fingers moved and everything. And I think it was dead. No, I think it was this game. And I was
It
thinking,
was this
man,
guy, man.
like because a lot of games, it looks like mannequin hands. And I'm like, dude, you can't do fingers. They were really good. That's another thing that I'll say about this game that I forgot. I was like, wow, I just moving my fingers around. I thought this looks really good. So
I'm dealing with some technical shit. You have to give me just a minute here because of all times for me to lose my sharing profile in Steam, it looks like I just lost my sharing profile in Steam. So I gotta go back over to the other account and sign in and allow it, disallow it.
That's stupid, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right though. We got more stuff. The Batman game coming to Quest will probably have a lot of parry system. Maybe. I hope not. I hope this is my hope for the Batman. I just want the game, the actual fighting and gameplay to be as close to the original Batman as possible. Because I like Wes and I were saying when they were talking about their announcement or whatever, the way they worded it kind of worried me a little bit. And it could be worry for no reason, and it probably is, but it could also be that they're going to dumb down the gameplay for VR, kind of like we were talking about Half-Life Alyx. I don't want it dumbed down. Like of all the things I don't want, like if you're going to shrink the scope of it or whatever, just make the gameplay as close to the original as you can. It people play those games. They don't play them because they're Batman, because there's been a lot of shitty Batman games that nobody will touch, or any genre, or any thing out there. It's because the gameplay was so good and it felt good and the story was good. Like if you don't deliver on any one of those, it's going to be mediocre, and it's not going to be that good. And so I'm hoping that that they do keep the gameplay as close to the original type of game style, kind of like the Spider-Man's, just the combos, and like that's what was so cool about it. So,
or at least find a happy medium, right? Where
yeah, you can have it be somewhat close and have it flow better for VR. Absolutely, doesn't have to be the same. I just don't want it to be like really nerfed. Kind of, I would use this example: Stride, right? Parkour. Let me parkour. I know the instinct to make me to control where I'm going to jump. You want to do that. Let me fall off. Let me decide where I'm going to jump. Let me barely miss. Let me, you know what I mean? Like that's what parkour is all about. And so like sometimes I feel like the devs miss what the game is all about, what the gameplay is supposed to be about, which is fucking playing a game. They're so busy trying to play the VR game of trying to make it so VRified and all these things, and to scale it back for newbies. Fuck the newbies, man. They'll get their VR legs when they do. And if they don't, they'll get out of VR because they're probably already too soft anyway. You know,
yeah,
like I'm just so, why are we catering to the people that may or may not even fucking like VR? Cater to the people that are already here.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, and we've talked about this before. The these places, these studios are still so focused on trying to win over these people that probably aren't even going to ever come into VR. Most of them won't anyway.
Right.
The new people that are going to come into VR are the young people. And you know what? They don't get motion sick. That they're already playing VR and it's fine. It's just these flat gamers that come in sometimes and sometimes they don't. that really need these type of you know concessions being made for them, and those aren't the people playing the games. So I agree with you.
Yeah. And this is the thing, man, that I'm surprised that the people that are funding it, like the people, the stockholders, the people that are funding all of this shit, they want success. And so I don't think that over as a whole they haven't been delivering success. Very few of the big bangers. I think Batman will. I really do have a feeling it's going to be really good. And Aliens maybe, but we'll see. I'm still skeptical of I'm taking the approach prove me wrong for that developer. Like show me that you can make a good game again. Because you've made so many mediocre games in the last 5 years or whatever since Westworld that I just don't believe that you can really do it. And I hope I'm wrong. Hope Aliens is fucking amazing. And then you guys can tell me how good it is.
All right, so I'm almost there. I've got my Steam issues sorted out now. I just got to get OBS up, and we'll be ready to switch.
Okay. I've been watching this amazing gameplay footage. I'll tell you what, the trailer, they do know how to make a good trailer. That trailer looks really good. And I was saying, Wes, the environments are beautiful in this game. Like if you need a reason to explore, that's one alone. I was like, wow, looks beautiful. At least in this version. Quest version, not so much.
Okay, ultra quality, FSR, MS. I'm going to leave the graphics where I have them at, and if I need to switch them back, I will. They look pretty good, though. That was one of the things I was really impressed with this game, Ruuts, is how it looks. It's a pretty damn good looking game, right? It gives you that PSVR feel as soon as you get into it.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So much so that I cranked everything up and then realized I don't need it. I cranked it back down, and it to normal, and I was like, wow, it like still looks fucking phenomenal. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful game. I think that's one thing that I will say. This game is definitely a very beautiful game.
All right, so we're going to cancel that. Cancel that. I'm gonna grab.
What's the best one-player shooter for Quest 2? Are you talking about shooter? Wow.
Depends on what kind of shooter you're talking about.
I think Crashland is an amazing shooter for one person if you like that type of game. But like you said, there's so many different types of shooters.
Like, are we looking for a story-driven like shooter, or like with a campaign? Are you looking for arcade shooter? Like, there's a lot of different types of shooter out there.
Yeah, Gambit. Oh no, never mind. That's 4 players, and that's not. That's not the best. Looper says you can adjust the floor in the boundary settings. He guesses.
In dead second?
I guess, yeah.
No, you can't do that.
You can't.
Well, it wasn't that the floor was in the incorrect place. It's that like when you have a seated mode, it'll automatically drop the floor lower so that you feel like you're standing up. There is nothing like that in dead second. There is no seated mode.
It's not a seated mode. So what it does is it says, okay, where do you want? It kind of implies that you're seated, right? And then it basically makes you a little kid. And I just figured, fuck it, I'll be a little kid. I'll go kick some ass. And it was cool. But yeah, I did think it was crazy. A tiny look.
Oculus device there. Oculus device there. Apply. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check.
Yeah, that mic actually was louder than the other one, as far as on the meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right, so I got you. I've got Blade and Sorcery. I think we've got everything that we need, Roots. Now, let me make sure I've got the stream key in here because this is a new computer.
Oh, true.
Stream. Use stream key. Show. Yep, that's the one. I think we're ready to switch over now, man.
All right, cool. So I guess are you ready for me to stop then?
Well, let's just let the people at home know what's about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, in just a moment, it's going to seem like our stream has crashed. But it has not. Let me assure you, the stream has not crashed. What is taking place is a change, movement from Ruuts' computer in Denver, Colorado to my computer here in Kentucky. Ruuts will no longer be seen on the screen after we switch over, but his voice will be here. Ruuts is omnipresent. He is all places and all things at all times. Ruuts is going to hang out and talk to us while I play through a level of Blade and Sorcery. Anyway, the moral of the story is just hang out. The little turning wheel is going to pop up on your screen, but within a few seconds, it will go away, and we will then be together in Blade and Sorcery. So, Ruuts, if you will.
All right, I can go ahead and stop.
In here, and we are now streaming. I think we're back. Let's see. Yes, we are back. All right, ladies and gents, here we are. We're in Blade and Sorcery. Ruuts is here. Say something, Ruuts.
Something. Oh,
There
shit,
we
I'm
go.
still trying to pull up Go XLR here.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
I fix my voices.
Everything sounds good on my end, for what it's worth.
Okay.
All right. So I think I'm ready to go. I just need to get the chat in my headset, and then we'll start hacking away at some bad guys here.
You know who else loves to hack away at some bad guys, Wes?
So we're kind of putting this together on the fly here. So if something looks or sounds off, just let us know in the chat, and we'll do what we can to fix it. Things might get a little weird for a second here because I'm going to go into the Oculus menu and pull the chat window into my headset. So give me just a minute here. Add desktop panel. Firefox. Firefox. I'm gonna grab this window and how do I do it? Grab it. Okay, there we go. Make it small, put it over here, and pin it.
Magnum Gaming says what Ruuts was saying is that devs are trying to target soccer moms who never had a controller with their target audience should be already seasoned console gamers. And don't get me wrong, like, I get it. There needs to be stuff for them, and there should be. Just don't make it bad, man. Like, just gamers want to play real games. We're done. We're done playing fucking tech demos. You know, same reason Wes was like kind of bummed with some of the mixed reality shit. What you were saying the other day. It's like, okay, at some point, and for sure, it's like I just want to play real games. I don't want to play tech demos. I've been down that road. That was super cool when I first got into VR. For a year or two, I was really into everything, and now I'm not. I want to, you know, I want to play real games.
And there's enough available that we don't have to play that shit anymore, right? Like, before we were so starved for content that anything was good. We're not starved for content. I have a backlog 100 games deep to play. So I was saying this the other day to AJ, I don't want to go into VR and cut a cartoon guy's hair. I just don't want to do that. It may be mildly entertaining for a minute, but why would I waste my time on that when I can, go into Resident Evil or Returnal or, any of these AAA games and have an adventure unlike anything else that you can experience in the world. Yeah.
We talked about the Asgard's Wrath effect, right? Like, that was nothing compared to the UEVR effect. And I would say, you know what I mean, or the Luke Ross, all these mods, the modding effect is just changed a lot of people's perspectives on what we expect, you know, and it's a progression. You know, there's a reason people like John Briggs love retro gaming. I don't. Like, I love newer games, right? Like the new shit. But there's a core audience that loves retro stuff, but most people don't. Like, most people move past the older generations and they move into the newer stuff. And I don't think VR as a whole, a lot of devs have done that yet. They haven't realized that they're still in the Super Nintendo version, you know, like, and sorry, the N64 just came out, right? Like, your fucking old Super Nintendo sucks.
So was someone saying that I could go in here and set the thing down?
Said, oh, I think that was it this one, or was it
I don't know.
yeah, hybrid. I agree. You know, oh yeah, I already said that. Okay.
So I'm looking in here to try to find a place to move the floor so that I'm not a midget. I'm going to play it seated either way, but it would be nice if I could
Who doesn't love being
if
a
I
little
could
midget,
feel like I'm an actual grown human being. That would be great. They do have this thing called maximum arm length multiplier. I don't know what that is.
Well, I would imagine, considering I got my arms to stretchy long a couple times when I was climbing.
In the headset settings. Oh, I'm not going to do that, man. You're saying that I should artificially drop the floor? How do you do that without... How do you make it lower than the physical floor? Because the way that my headset's always been set up is you touch the floor to set the level. So how would you make it lower, I wonder?
I don't know. All I know is that the default is just to say, hey, click this thing, and then you're a little person.
All right, so really quickly, for those of you who don't know, I'm toward the beginning of the campaign. The idea is that we're on a... Fuck, I just dropped my controller. The idea is that we're hunting for these crystal shards. They have mystical, magical abilities. There are different kinds of them, but if you get the right kind, and you come over to this thing here... Let me see, how do I open up my satchel again? I forget.
I think you put it up your chest, right?
Yeah, that's right. So if you grab one of these special crystals, these are really the ones you want to find, because you can bring them back to this altar and check out this effect. This is really cool. You put it in there and this thing starts to glow, and this is how you progress skills, magical abilities. The next time that I find one of these things, I'll be able to choose one of these upgrades. So this one, I've already chosen like an upgraded telekinesis, and I'll be able to expand that even further by either choosing this telespin ability, this combat focus ability, or this telethrow ability. These are all telekinesis movements that you can perform in this game after you unlock them. So
Chrome Colossus says, just create a false floor with cardboard, cut a hole in it, and reach through. And Looper says, just dig a hole in your floor, maybe. You know, yeah, there's no friction there on either one of those solutions. I say just be a midget. Fuck it. I thought the small hands were cool.
So how do I... Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm grabbing the wrong thing. There we go. All right. So anyway, those are the shards. There's also another kind of shard that you use for... I think the ultimate goal is to unlock this mythical gate and get the sword that lies beyond it. But we'll deal with that when we get there, if we get there. This is my new home. I found the man that lives here dead outside. Let's see if we can go say hello to our dead friend real quick.
Old Dar says just stand when calibrating, then sit down.
That doesn't do anything. The calibration actually calibrates where the floor is, not where the headset is.
Yeah.
Where did the dead body go? Did you make it here, Ruuts, to where the dead guy was?
Yeah, I did, and I was around the corner, I think. I thought.
How cool was it coming down out of this mountain thing, man? There was a couple ways out, right? And one of them was to take this zip line from the front of the building down to the roof. And then there was another like set of passageways at the back of the mountains. I thought that was super cool.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, the exploration was pretty cool, for sure. I thought that I didn't go down the zip lines or whatever. I assumed that's what they were, but I figured I would just kind of explore. You can tell there's at least it seems to be a day-night cycle. I wasn't in there. It started to get dark.
Look at this storm. I think it looks cool, doesn't it?
It does look cool. Yeah, no, the graphics in this look good. I was walking around, really was finding hard pressed to find any skins that looked half-assed. You know, like the closest were like maybe a couple of leaves on certain things but like as a whole, I just think they did a really good job with the way this looks.
Yeah, no, it's a good looking game. Even like they do a good job of the draw distances on it. Like if you really look, you can tell that the level of detail, even 15 feet away, is not what it is right in front of you. But in a very poorly designed game, there will be a very clear boundary where you can tell the difference between high detail and low. And they do a good job of kind of having a gradient here so that it doesn't stick out. You can't really see the line between the low resolution stuff over there and the high over here. It just all kind of seems to blend together really well.
The Looper wants to know what is the point or the objective of the game now? And I said just wander around and kill people because I don't know. You know, I mean, it does kind of lead you through. So
there are multiple factions here that are trying to collect these crystals, right? These crystals are a thing of lore. There's like an archaeological preservation society that's coming in here to try to collect them and preserve them, but they're very powerful. So there are other people that are coming in here to get them and use them for other more nefarious reasons. So I'm coming in here I think I'm part of the preservation society, but I'm also a mystic, so I get like new abilities and powers from finding them. But at this early stage in the game, there are already bad guys in the islands here that have found some of these crystals, and kind of our early objectives right now are to infiltrate these bad guy camps, defeat them, and steal what they found. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, that definitely sounds exciting for sure.
So we're going to go down to the boat here.
Can you take the boat over to the tower? Somebody was asking.
Like over there where the storm's at? I haven't tried, but that might be something that you unlock. The lore of the game is pretty much I think that's where you came from.
Do you think you could swim over there? Because I don't.
Maybe.
I don't. I've jumped in there. Have you swam in the water?
Yeah, you can swim in the water.
Yeah.
One of my major negatives with the game, though, is that this game does use invisible walls. I ran into them a few times, so that kind of bothers me. But
yeah, I'm not big on that.
But the swimming is good. As you can see, you can get underwater and you can swim.
Look at your hands. This game, I think, could win Hands of the Year, Game of the Year.
They're very detailed for sure.
And when you wiggle them and stuff, like you can actually see them individually. Like it's as close to real hands. Like most hands look like shit as far as how they move.
Well, these look good. They won't let me close all my fingers though when they're together like that for some reason. I can't like thumbs up.
Yeah, no, you should be able to do the middle finger. Looper did also wanted to know what if you're using your G2 or if you're using your Oculus.
I am using my
Meta.
MetaQuest 3. I am connected through the official MetaQuest link cable.
Nice.
I found my cable routes.
Oh, did you really? Where was it?
It was in my box with my old PlayStation VR.
So you know what happened is somebody doing a good thing, cleaning up, just put it away in the wrong box.
Yeah, that was probably me.
That was
100%. Yeah, it was 100% me. I just forgot what I did with it. But no, I didn't want to put on the reverb and then get in here and have it maybe be a little bit more janky. I know
Sure.
I played this yesterday with my Quest and it worked quite well, so I just decided to do it this way again. And to be honest, I've used since I found my cable routes, I've used wired link for pretty much all of my PCVR and it's worked perfectly every time. No problems.
Yeah,
The microphone and everything has worked great.
I haven't had any issue with wired link for a long time. For a while. It's actually, the worst thing every once in a while. If it tries to give me a weird issue, I might have to unplug it and plug it back in to get it to, be able to set it up to switch to wired or whatever. But
so this is the is the market. This is a island that's supposed to be pretty close to the storm over there, right? So we're a lot closer to it now. You do have this chest thing here. I think this is pretty cool because anything that you have possession of that you drop, you can come back here and you'll be able to just spawn it in. Which I haven't tested the boundaries of this yet, but it seems like that could be useful routes because essentially what this game is in this mode is a looter. Basically you're going through these levels trying to loot and you only have so much room to carry like weapons and stuff. You got 4 holsters, but I'm thinking maybe if I like pick up like the weapons from the enemies I kill and throw them down, that maybe when I come back here they'll show up in my chest. But
that would be nice.
We'll see.
Would it be nice if every game was like Wanderer, where like I just left it where it was at? Because most games don't do that at all. You leave it and fucking go to the next zone. That shit's gone. Ever.
Have a good elbow.
And the reason why I would want to bring that stuff back is because this guy here with the one hand will buy them from me and give me money. I don't think I have anything I want to sell right now. I've got my sword. I've got this axe. And I've got this shield, but I think that's all I've got. And I've already sold off all of my stuff. I did something dumb though, Ruuts. I bought these spiffy outfit that I'm wearing here, thinking that I was going to be buying some like armor and stuff, but I think it's just cosmetic. So I think I wasted my money just buying clothes and cosmetics.
So that it wasn't armor, huh? And there's no way to sell it back or.
Yeah, I could sell it back, but I don't think I would get what I spent on it. But that's all right. We're gonna go rob these bad guys now, and when we come back here, we'll sell some stuff.
You're ready to check out. Just place your items.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. That's nice. Anyway, as you can see, we're a little closer to the tower anyway. But it is 2024 Ruuts, and I think this island is located off the coast of California. So I might just grab these things and walk out with them, because that's how you shop now. Anyway, moving on, we're going to go to the first outpost. This says it's an old, repurposed outpost in the land of Aridine, occupied by hostile forces. Reach the end and steal their loot. And that's what we're going to do here today.
Scared, Wes.
There should be, man. There's bad guys over here.
There's always bad guys. I'm just scared because it's 2024.
And to be honest, I've already played through this level, mostly. I got to the end and accidentally hit the menu button and closed the game before I saved it. So now we get to play through this level again.
So you've already done this one? What a bummer,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Most of it.
Like,
I don't
son
think
of
I
a
made
bitch.
it all the way to the end, but like probably 80% of it I've already played through.
I feel like they should autosave. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
You know, this
I
kind
agree
of
with
looks
that.
just like Nathan Drake, the what's it called? The
It does
Lost
have
Legacy,
some.
pretty much.
It does have some similar vibes to the map.
Yeah, same gameplay and everything. Actually, you know, I almost want to play through that game again with a newer computer. That was pretty good.
So this is the compound that we're infiltrating. These are the bad guys over here, and we have to kind of figure out how we want to deal with them. There is a zip line over here at the start. I'll show you guys how the
What
zip
have you-
lines work.
What if you just walked up and just smacked them on the head? That was one of the things that I was saying, at least for me. Like, there was, so far, the enemies, there wasn't one enemy that I couldn't walk up to and just, like, literally, like, whack them on the head with it, which is, of course, is a sword. Then they'd fall down, and then I could stab them, or I could have my way with them. I'd literally stab them everywhere in their body until they're bleeding and dead.
Yeah, if you land a blow on them, then you'll definitely kill them. Some of them have armor that makes it a little more difficult. It's when you get in groups that you'll take damage. One of them are pretty easy to take down. Anyway, this is your wheel for these zip lines. You just kind of have to jump up and hook it and grab it like that, and you'll ride down.
You know who else likes to grab it and ride down?
I do.
Yeah, see that, and ride out.
All right, then you just stash it when you're done. All right, so
Yeah, I
we're
never
gonna.
went down the zip line. That is the beauty of this game.
So we can work our way up through this rope and catch them off guard that way. And there's a cave over there too. And I like to explore because you'll find bits of lore laying around to read from time to time that kind of tells you what the story is. All right.
Do-it-yourself VR channel says, why wired connection when virtual desktop is so freaking good? It is good, but I don't think it's better than my wired connection.
Right. And it's not. I'm streaming right now too, by the way. So that's all more stress on my modem, you know, that I
Right.
don't need.
I just, even though virtual desktop is amazing, and it's I think it's, in my opinion, better than Airlink or Steam Link. I just prefer to be wired. You know,
I found a pickaxe for it.
pickaxe. Can you use it as a weapon? Can you actually go mine some gold or something?
I don't know, but you can break boxes with it, and you can break
Magnum
skulls
Gaming
with
wants
it.
to know, how large is this game? So you can break. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't remember how big it was. It was pretty big, I want to say. Not huge, but like tens of gigabytes.
Yeah, I can look it up real quick But anyway, what were you saying? I cut you off.
No, I was just saying the pickaxe. It's another weapon tool that you can use.
Okay.
Now, I will show you something here, Roots. I know you said that you had trouble with some of the climbing, and you've likened it to Boneworks. It's
Right.
similar to Boneworks, but it's different, and I'll show you how it's different. Is when you get to this point at Boneworks where you're close to the top of something, and in Boneworks I would have trouble mounting the top. In this game, all you have to do is hit the jump button, and you'll mount it automatically. So you get to the top on the edge, and then you just click the thumbstick up, and you climb right up it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking. I mean, I guess that wasn't part of what I was talking about in a sense. So that's good that you can do that. A lot of it for me was more as far as the like, okay, so when I'm climbing a ladder or climbing anything, I don't grab. I don't have like a second and a half hesitation between each fucking thing. Like I literally will go one. I'll climb a ladder. I'll go rung. It just forces. It's a delay, and it feels wrong. It doesn't feel right, and so I don't. It like. It's the same. It's the opposite of what I've been saying about a few games so that I've actually raved about how good the climbing feels, because that's how it should feel. Everybody talks about simulations and how everything should be simulated. You should be able to climb things like just in a normal flow of how a person would climb. I just don't. I think it feels weird. It breaks the flow. I wish can you chop their head off, because I tried to chop somebody's head off.
Now that is a problem.
And I tried to chop their foot off too.
Yeah, you can't dismember, which I don't understand why not. This game's been out for years. At this point, you should be able to dismember the bad guys.
I want to chop his head off, throw it in my backpack, and carry all heads except for like one tool. Whatever I need, like one special tool that you need it.
I'm going to give this guy the cauliflower ear post-mortem.
Yeah, there you go. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not all heads. Well, all heads and 1 foot. Because I just want to be, I don't want to like be racist. You say, how is that racist? I don't know. But that's just the way the world is.
So I'm literally just putting everything in my inventory that I can pick up. Other than weapons, because it won't let you put weapons in there. But you can put like stools and buckets and everything. And I'm just going to try to take it all back and sell it. I don't know if that guy will buy it or not, but if you don't, I'll just throw it away.
You should. Yeah, I'm not.
Get that money, son.
I said, Shades of Grey says, you know who else mounts it automatically? Yeah. Automatically, not even without thinking. It's like a second nature. Do-it-yourself VR channel says, personally, I would rather play even 64 by 480 pixels VR wireless than any wired one. But you know, I get it. I'm playing preferences.
But I'm playing seated.
No, he said. Well, that's exactly. See, that's the thing. Is that's how I usually play, or even if I'm playing, I play standing. But it's exactly what he's saying. It's personal preference. So even though I don't understand it, I expect somebody that needs to be wireless to not understand it as well. I've just already been down that road, and then I figured out it was not as big a deal as I thought it was. And for me, and for some people, like it's everything, you know. So,
fuck you, bitch. These people have powers. It's not fair.
Yeah, dude, that was a little bit more than a cauliflower ear. Dude, you embedded your sword into the side of her head.
Well, there's
I was
another
still
one.
Surprised she was still standing there. That was crazy.
This rusty old sword cuts right through these motherfuckers.
Yeah, so they gave you an option to put a stool in the thing. Why would you? See, this is the thing too, and we hear people say it all the time. They want to have more interactive objects and stuff, but do we really need to have a fucking stool to pick up to maybe put in your backpack because you can? I get it. People want it. They like, but at some point, I don't even want that stuff. I just want if I can interact with it, I want it to be able to be there. I don't want a bunch of shit that there's no reason for me to be picking it up.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I'm
know,
doing
like,
it. I'm doing this because I want to try to sell it, see what I can sell. But I
see,
agree. It's
well,
stupid that you can put all this stuff in your inventory. It's dumb.
if there's a selling aspect to it, it's not stupid. You're actually getting something from it. But if there isn't, then it is kind of weird. But from the selling standpoint, that's absolutely not
That's why
stupid.
I'm picking it up. It's because I'm hoping I can sell it. I haven't tried yet. I found a letter. Let's see what this letter says. So this is an actual personal letter. It says, Sakaryan, forgive the informality that the urgency of this letter required. Your life is in danger. Ramayan wishes you dead. Several captains have deserted, several executed. It's madness. As you suspected, Ramayan has fallen under the influence. A great purge has begun. The guild is no more. Seek safe harbor until we manage to fight back. I have ties within the Dalgarian Preservation Society. They will help you find safe passage out of Eridan in return for a favor. Stand by for their contact. Stay safe, my friend. All right, so basically, this is a letter between two of the members of the guild that I'm raiding. So these people are like pirates, and apparently the captain or the main person in charge is kind of losing his mind. He's killing people. There's dissent within the ranks, and these people are thinking about defecting to the Preservation Society, and I think I'm one of the members of the Preservation Society.
You know, I don't want to be judgy, but I think I would defect too. I'm just saying, like, if you know, none of that sounds good for me to stick around. I'm like out of here, bro.
Let's see what's in the basement. Can I go through these doors? I cannot.
The gimp. Bring out the gimp.
Oh, there's dudes out here. This might be the way that I'm actually supposed to go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's another letter. Let's see what this one says. Everyone, Her Highness the Royal Battle Axe has been sending her soldiers into the mountains to find the entrance to some ancient ruins or something. If it is in the interest of the crown of Eridan to find these entrances, then you can bet that means it contains something valuable, which means it's in our interest too. I want men to begin combing the lands and mapping out the terrain to find these entrances before the soldiers do. Unless you want an Eridan Knight's blade shoved in your face, I highly recommend not trying to map the terrain during daylight, as the mountains are crawling with soldiers. But we have found a better way. The Eridan scouts are much more efficient at mapping the terrain than us. If the opportunity arises, seek to steal their maps instead. Why work harder when we can work smarter? But either way, do not try to enter those ruins on your own. Everything there belongs to the boss. So this is how the story is told, pretty much, is through finding this stuff and reading it. There is no like cinema scenes or voice acting or any of that.
It's just like Nathan Drake's games. Almost. I really have been thinking about playing that again. Or at least the other side of it.
Oh crap. That hurt, bitch.
Could you bow and arrow?
I've been wondering that myself, actually. This guy's got one.
I mean, I know it's blades and sorcery, but...
Man, if I can use a bow and arrow, that would be awesome.
You know, and I give this game shit because it's not my type of game, but, you know, at the end of the day, they delivered what people wanted.
I got the bow.
May not be what I care about, but, you know, the game that people already love now has more to do. You know, something to pull them through. So, say kudos to the devs, right? Is this eventually going to be coming to the Quest version as well, right?
Can I just throw
Combat
this?
looks super rough. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I literally you do have a bow and arrow. All I did was just run up and whack people on the head every time, like you would like if you just went and hit somebody right on the front of their head. I do that with the sword, and then they go down, and then I kill them. And so it looks like you can use the bow and arrow.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to stash for some reason. It's hard to find that shoulder thing just perfect.
Yeah. That's cool though.
If I can just get the damn thing on, I gotta pick these arrows up. See, I keep losing my shoulder thing. As soon as I find it, it disappears.
Yeah, I see it. Tribal bow. There it is. Oh, wait.
I'm just
Plus
gonna put it on my side. That one's easy. Oh, I can't. It has to go on my
I
left.
just say fuck it. Oh, you got a shield that's taking the slot, huh?
I can do it with my
That's
right
another-
hand. I just can't do it with my left for some reason. That's weird.
That's another thing that VR devs need to get right. This kind of stuff. Like, I should never. It should just work. Being able to put your weapons and pull backpacks out, and like the minute I spend 3 or 4 minutes trying to put shit away, I'm like, okay, you know. Like,
How do I don't know how to store these arrows. Like, I've got the bow stored as a weapon, but the arrows won't go in any of my holster slots.
maybe they got to take up in your actual backpack.
I can't
You know
get
if
them in
they're,
there either.
Do it yourself. VR channel wants to know if there's any multiplayer added after the update. You need a quiver. Okay, that makes sense.
Can I take this guy's quiver?
Yeah, I hope so.
Let's see.
Because if you
I
can,
can. All right, now we're talking.
yeah. That's my favorite thing about this game right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is I love logic. You know, like you give me logic, I'll take it every time. You tell me that arrows need a quiver, that guns need a holster. Yeah, I agree. Although, like, you didn't have to go find a holster for your gun, did you? It was already there. Isn't that a little weird?
All right, so I've got my bow now. I've got my sword and my shield. I'm gonna leave the axe behind. Hopefully it'll show up in my chest when we get to wherever I'm going.
What's
There
the
was a-
hammer for? I got the hammer when I put it on my left hip. It said blacksmith.
It's a blacksmith hammer. It's for bludgeoning your enemy.
I don't know. I was thinking,
That's
hoping
what I
maybe
use
you
it
got
for.
to craft some stuff. Well, yeah, that's what I used it for too. But is there like?
Oh, I found a chest.
I saw blacksmith. I thought maybe I get to like forge some shit, right?
Yeah, well, maybe you will at some point. I don't know. So this is what I'm rating. Why I'm rating them is to find these chests. You open them up, and they have valuables inside.
Ooh, what kind of valuables?
And this is a chalice.
Is there like crypto in there?
This is like a gold bar or a iron bar, I guess. And
Yeah, it
this
looks
is a
more
little
iron, doesn't it?
figurine. I wish the game would let you do like Saints and Sinners, where you hold an item up and it has a little explanation that pops up about what it is and what its significance is, but nothing
That
like
would be cool, actually. You know, like one more reason or one more thing to just make it cool.
just detail. And so I'm going to go ahead as we continue on and play through here. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase with what I think about this. I think that it's good. I think that adding a game mode like this is just what this game needs to get people like me in it to play it. At the same time, playing this game makes me want to play other games that do what this game does, but does it better. this is fun, it's nowhere near as good as Legendary Tales. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are things that it does better, of course. Like, I don't recall swimming underwater like this in Legendary Tales, and finding coins and stuff under the water. That's pretty cool. Which I haven't found any yet, but I'm pretty sure there's some down here somewhere. Oh, I gotta breathe. Go, go, go. Get my head above water. There's, what is that? A bone. I'll take that bone. You know who loves to take the bone?
Oh, yeah, she does. Any day of the week.
But, Legendary Tales is like a full-fledged RPG where this is, kind of a, like I said before, it's like a looter slasher, so to speak.
Looper says, wait until you finish the level and return to the base. That's where disappointment came in for me.
I see. So it's going to get worse, is what he's saying. Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, we'll find out. My thing is, I disagree with what you said. I feel like the problem with this game is it's so old. Like, it is what it is. When it came out, it was the new thing, right? And since then, better versions of this type of game have came out. And so what this is great, it's not really going to be a bunch of people being pulled in that, like you or me. It's going to be people that already love the game, loving it even more. Or maybe people that were on the fence before now feel like there's a reason to really fully play it. And that's great. It's like I said before at the very beginning, it's not, if you didn't like the game before, this isn't going to make you like it now. It's just not. If anything, even just the fact that the story is having to be read, which for a lot of people is a no. Like, it's not only you have to read it, you got to go find these things. And a lot of people aren't going to go find them and then take the time to read it.
Even a game like what was the other one? Early access game like Grimlord. So much better than this. Like this is like a piece of a game compared to that. That has full progression systems and full RPG storytelling and crafting and all of that stuff. Plus, it has what this game does, right? It has physics-based battle just like this. So that's kind of my problem with it. Like what's here is okay, but there's still a lot that's not here. And the thing that this game really made its name on, which was the kind of physics-based combat and sorcery, that's not a special thing anymore. It used to be, like, in the old days, this was the one game you could go to for this. It's not like that anymore. Now there's like 24 games that do this, and those are all full-fledged games where this is still kind of a piece of a game, or like it feels like this full release is an early access game in 2024. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully they finished it, they've completed it. I guess they still got to do the quest version. Maybe they don't. Maybe they make another game that's actually more current, but use what they've learned from this one and go. I mean, this is the good news for these developers. They're good. They know what they're doing, and they've made a shitload of money. I guarantee it. From this game from before and forward, so they can make another game.
Yeah, they've absolutely done enough here to kind of prove that they're capable of making a really good game. But there are, like full-blown systems, progression systems and leveling and just like story-based levels and stuff that this game doesn't have, that are pretty commonplace in this genre in VR. in 2024. So I think you're right. I think the biggest problem with this game is that it's an old game. But at the same time that it's an old game, it's a game that literally just launched. It's like
Yeah.
literally just launched.
It gets another relaunch. This is the thing. A good game became even better, you know. But it's not, you know, if you didn't like it before, you're not going to like it. At least in my opinion. But you even said though that at least it's got something to pull you through, right? So, could you see yourself coming back to this?
No, I'm gonna go play Legendary Tales before I ever come back to this. Why isn't this bitch attacking me? Is this one of our friends? Hey.
Makes you wonder. I don't know. I did find that.
You will regret this.
Oh,
Oh,
not
they're
really.
just not. Oh, she's pissed.
Do
Oh,
something,
God.
homie.
She was your friend.
Do something,
Dude,
boy.
your friend is bleeding.
You gonna do something? Or not? He's just reacting to me, and he's not trying to attack me.
Yeah, do it yourself. VR channel says the AI is extremely stupid still. Oh my God, that's the thing, man. I don't think people
Look at this guy.
realize that's why when they were we were talking about Dead Second. Everything that you mentioned, the biggest thing that stood out to me immediately was better AI. Like that should be every game. Like some of the best games that I've ever played. I remember playing Destiny 2 for the first time and was blown away at how the enemies reacted to the way that I ambushed them. They would change and move and flank you and come from behind, and it was like something new, right? And it's become old hat, but like your AI has to at least be smarter than that.
I'm finding a lot of these bars and stuff. Seems like there's more loot today.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah.
I am still curious to know if you're gonna be able to sell like all this garbage you've been picking up.
I know, right? Bucket, wooden bucket. I'll take it.
He's like, I don't want this. I don't want this. There's just fucking baskets and.
You know, he bought my pants, but he wouldn't buy my shirt. What a dick.
Well, well, it makes you wonder, right? Maybe he didn't like the shirt. He was just really glad to get rid of it. He's like, fuck, somebody finally bought that shirt. You're like, oh, I'm going to return it. He's like, I'm sorry, man. We've had that thing here forever. It's yours.
All right. Let's see. What do we find here? I don't even, oh, is that money? I think that's money. Coinage.
I just love money.
It's still playing
You
the,
actually,
the combat music like I'm still fighting, even though I quit fighting quite a while ago.
well, this is not early access anymore. This is a full release.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just move along. Maybe there's a guy down in this room. Maybe that's why it's making all that noise.
Maybe he only had one.
Oh, yeah,
pair
there
of
they
pants.
are.
He's like really happy to get him back.
Somebody want to fight? Attack. Attack me. I hit you. Now hit me back. Yeah, this AI is terrible.
You see what I mean? That's exactly what I did. I just smacked him on the head a couple times, knocked him down. Easy.
You gonna fight, bitch? Cunt? What are you gonna do?
Every once in a while, I do
called her
try
the
to,
C
like,
word,
aim for-
Ruuts, to try to get her to attack me.
Yeah, did it work?
No.
Yeah.
They'll counter attack, but they won't strike first. They'll just follow you and posture like they're going to attack you, but they never do.
She just like stood there with her and let you stab her in the face. Yeah, this does need the music from original Star Trek when Kirk is fighting. I agree. That would be amazing. You know, you can't. Oh, look at that dude's head. You can't chop their head off, but you can slice and dice them.
Yep. I found the blacksmith's room too, Roots. There's an anvil in here, and a like a forge. Can't
Can
do
you
anything.
take their head and stick it on the fire and like smash it with a hammer?
I can try it. We can try that.
Would be cool. Can you
Although
drag somebody over there?
I don't think I have a hammer. I have to find a hammer, but
You can drag people around, right? Can you like,
Yep.
set them on fire? Yeah.
do you want me to put their head on the anvil or try to set them on fire?
Well, you can try to do both. Like, do
All
one,
right.
see if it works.
I think I got to put the anvil on the floor to do that because he won't stand up for me. So we got to lay him down on the floor.
Here, hold on there, buddy. We'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, we got it.
He's taking a rest, Wes.
We got this.
Look at his eyes. He's all tuckered out like that bad.
He
the
is.
bad man.
He's had a hard day of almost fighting people all day long.
Yeah, he almost fought. He was almost valiantly. His weekend at Bernie's, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, stay right there.
No,
Perfect.
he's not dead. He's just sleeping.
He's sleeping, right? All right, now we got to go find a hammer. I got to go kill someone and take their hammer and come back here.
Is there a button to roll? No, but you can jump. The jumping's actually.
You got a
pretty good.
hammer, dude? Hey, bearded guy. You got a hammer?
He's got one. I know he's got
Attack
one.
me.
He's lying.
Oh, he actually attacked me. Way to go, bro. Good for
he's
you.
lying. He does have a hammer. I know it.
Where did his sword go?
Oh wait, never mind. He doesn't have one. I
There
think
it
he
is.
just killed the wrong guy. I just want to know, like, why is there no anvils in here? Or I mean, not anvils. Oh, there you go.
I know hammers. There's
Like
hammers
Excalibur.
like everywhere outside.
Hammers. Yeah,
There's hammers, but in here there's none.
there's got to be one. Ooh, an apple.
Well, I want to know is have you ever seen the rain? And I want to know. There's all kinds of these fucking pickaxes in here. Look at that. They're on racks.
Really?
There's one. There's two on the ground here. These must be mines or something.
See if you can blow it up.
But I want to know. All right, no hammers. I guess we'll have to come back. Slide down ropes, grab it, and hold trigger. That's pretty cool. All right. Anybody down here have a hammer? Oh, there's a hook. Oh, I can swing on the hook. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
All right, I'm gonna shoot this bitch in the back of the head with an arrow.
I think we somehow got off track here. I thought we were trying to like smash somebody's head or burn them.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm just
looking.
kidding.
I'm still looking for a hammer, bro. Oh,
I know,
I haven't.
there's no hammers,
No, I
dude,
haven't.
man.
I haven't forgot about that, dude. I'm still looking for the tools I need.
His fate is sealed. He's just got to find the tools.
So weird. The shoulder things. If I use the opposite hand to put things in there, it's no problem. But if I try to take my right hand and put something in my right shoulder holster, it just don't work.
Yeah, you know, that's to be expected. Just like real life.
It's like real life, right?
Every time I try to put something over my right shoulder, it
Oh,
just
I
doesn't go
remember
in
this shit. If I go down there, I'm not getting back up here. I need to explore this other.
there. Oh,
this
you went
other
down.
way
You
forward.
said, "Oh shit, I'm stuck."
Are you getting that water down there, bro? That current is heavy. Oh, that's the only way to go too. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can burn that guy's face.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, because we can't. There's no hammers to be
There's
found
no hammer,
anywhere.
yeah.
Of course, I think it's like I don't know. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. There's no question about that. If this were Legendary Tales, there would be hammers.
There'd be hammers everywhere, and you'd be able to smash them. No, probably not. But I think you should be able to dismember them personally.
And you can really climb a lot of stuff in this game too. I noticed that as well. Like,
have a good night, do-it-yourself VR channel. It's early morning in Poland. Wow. It's early morning here too. 1:34 a.m.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
where I'm
probably
at.
dicking around a little bit more than I need to, but that's why these games are fun, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Dick around. That's what everybody else does.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's true. We were just trying to smash somebody's head or try to start them on fire. It's no big deal. Here you go. Pickaxe, bitch.
I'm trying to
Ooh.
move him with the pickaxe, but it's difficult. It's not a very sharp pickaxe. It doesn't go through him. All right. Also, I can grab the anvil itself. Come here.
Oh, you could, yeah, use it as a bludgeon item itself, right?
Right.
I just wanted to see you glen him, you know? Give him the glen.
Well, it's not really working the way I wanted it to.
The new track is coming for GT7, really? 9:32 a.m. Wow. What's the future? Tell me what Jasmine's doing.
Well, she started bleeding out when I moved her. That's cool.
No, the bleeding effect is good. Definitely a lot of blood. That's why I'm surprised that you can't. I really think they should set on fire.
Oh, the possibilities.
Is she sizzling?
She's pretty hot.
Oh God.
Oh, she doesn't fit.
Yeah, definitely.
Get in there, baby. All right, I better get out of here before I violate the terms of service. I wonder if I can put this wheel in my stash. Let's find out. No, I don't think so. All right, that's enough. That's enough of this foolishness. Let's get out of here. Oh, that hurts. A little bit. Alright, so I'm going to try not to fall in the water this time, because that was a pain in the ass.
That's something to strive for, right?
Alright, get my zipline wheel out here. And just wheel my ass right on down. Alright, good. Something else that kind of bothers me about this place is you can crush these boxes and break them open, but I've never found anything in any of them. Oh, there's a knife in this open box. It's a nice dagger.
Makes you wonder. It's like, why give me the... again, just like picking up items that I don't need. What's the point of having boxes that you can break? You have to have something in some of them every once in a while to give you the incentive to make you want to try. After a while, you're just not going to try anymore. And maybe it never's not supposed to be there. So, I don't know. How weird, right?
Kind of weird. Like, why are these empty crates everywhere in this place? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Coming July 25th, Looper says, for GT7. The new track.
Okay. You know, GTA or GT7 has had countless updates since I've played it.
Shit, dude. Same here. I've never played multiplayer either.
Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't played multiplayer.
People get weird about racing in that game, though. Like, you're supposed to... Racing is racing. There are no rules in racing. I mean, I guess there's rules about certain things. But like people get so I just a big believer that you outrace me. I'll box you out. I might spin you out. You might spin me out. Whatever. People get so weirded out about it. Some people anyway.
Yeah,
So,
those
and then there's
sim enthusiasts, they're pretty serious about it.
yeah, I'm just ready to spin you out. That's why I like to play games like Grip or even the Hot Wheels. We need to do that too. I'm gonna pick that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of which UEVR game I want to play next for my next time I get one to pick. Whenever that
I
is.
think that I'm pretty close to, which I got Visage. That's 90% there that I need to go ahead and finish out and play. But I think after that, for me, I'm going to fully optimize Returnal and get it ready to go. To first person with co-op and the whole deal. Because I know I can. AJ's doing it on his 4060, and it's running perfectly for him. So if that's true,
Right. Yeah, no, I went in there a while ago and it ran great. I don't know. I'd be interested in doing it. Probably wouldn't do first person, but
that's
I
the cool thing
definitely,
is you don't
think
have
it'd
to.
be
Is
cool.
like I could play first person, you could play third person.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, and I know Dee said she's been chomping at the bit to play
Yeah, I told
with
Dee
you
that
for a long time.
that we would do that. I don't think I made it this far last time. I think I noped out before here. Because I don't remember this.
Yeah. Unless if somebody wasn't trying to get you to smash somebody's head and waste all that time. Oh wait, that was me.
Well, here we go. I found a chest.
Here we go. This is where things get crazy.
This is a different looking room for sure. There's a fire here. Does it burn my hand? No.
It's like real life.
Big chest. Yeah, I love big chests. It's like my favorite
You know
thing.
who else loves big chests?
I do. Oh, there's a... Oh, this is the stash, bro. I found a shard.
This is the
And
stash.
There's another one of these iron ingots. 2 stacks of coins. And one of these bags with the 100 price tag on it. I don't even know what the hell that is.
God, dude, you're gonna be rich after this, bro. You're gonna be able to buy whatever you want in this game.
Was that just money or was that something? I don't even know.
I don't know, but I do have to admit, as I'm sitting here, I looked at my Steam looked over and at my games, and I saw Black Trail. I think I liked Black Trail more than I like this game, honestly. I just
I don't know about that. But
me personally, I just don't like. I just don't like it. Because everything that I would like anyway. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and trash it. I've already said enough bad things. I just
Alright, well, I think we found everything this room has to offer. Unless there's something in these 50 boxes, and I bet you there's not, so I'm not even going to break any of them open. Let's move along. I like Undead Citadel more than I like this.
I do too. You know, I like I said, I think the biggest problem with this game for me is just it's been out forever, and I'm looking for something else.
It's pretty average, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's that
But
steakhouse.
I do still also
it's
say
that-
for people that love the game, it's even better now. So
Oh yeah, it's definitely better. Like I would not have played this 2 weeks ago. I didn't.
me neither.
I didn't for years.
Looper says Undead Citadel is leagues above this. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very pretty game. It has decent physics. I like the level layout. Like there's stuff I like about it. It's just
Oh yeah.
there's better stuff now. You are about to
Graphics are
return
the
home.
best part about it, in
All
my
right,
opinion. The way the game looks is the best part.
Let's go home then.
Here it
All
is. Oh my God, we're gonna get to see what Looper said. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. What kind of excitement do we have back at camp?
All right, so we're back home. We didn't even go to the market. We're just at home.
We're home. We did it. We came home.
Return to house. Why is there a fast travel to the house when the house is right there, literally?
Where's the party, the welcome party?
So the guy marked out 2 more outposts for me to go after.
Okay.
An outpost occupied by the outlaws. The outlaws are a group of struggling bandits exiled and hunted by the Eridan Kingdom.
That one's 2
Oh,
skulls west.
Okay. Those 2 outposts have exactly the same description.
So different difficulties.
Different difficulty, yeah.
Hmm.
I might just go for the one with 2 if I play another one, because the ones with 1 skull was easy, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the ones with 2 skulls will be. Maybe they'll be super difficult.
Let's see if there's anything in the house up here before I go back to the market.
So Looper, what was it that made you bummed? What were you expecting when you came back? Like,
all right, so let's see. Weapons,
celebration,
axe and shield. So it didn't actually, all those weapons and stuff I picked up, it did not save them. The only thing that it saved were the ones that I had put in my
all in your slots.
In my slot, and I'm not going to go through.
What about in your inventory? Do you have all that shit, all the garbage you picked up that you wanted to sell?
Oh yeah, it's still here.
You can make some money.
Let's go find out.
You're gonna be rich. He was expecting at the very least to them track which of the outposts I've already cleared. I thought they did on that map. It had the blue for the one Wes had cleared, I thought.
Let's look.
Could have sworn that's what it looked like.
You know what? That might just, no, it's a different sigil because it's a different a different group of people. Those are wild folk.
So there is no progression really. You're opening more, but it's not like you could still go do that again, which would be cool.
Right.
I mean, that's cool. You could do that one if you like it, but it should at least, show that, hey, this one's been done.
There
right?
should be a clear progression, right? Like an order to go in.
Right.
Well, let's go back to the Baron's Bounty and see how much money worth of shit we got.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be rich. I have a feeling that one basket was rare. It was like the rare basket.
It was. And I'm gonna go ahead and sell this axe and shield while I'm at it. So go ahead and spawn that. And spawn that shield. I gotta lay this down. Oh, fine. What else do we have here? Utilities. Torch. I never even used that fucking torch. Apples.
Yeah, it never got dark.
Alright, let's go sell this shit.
Yeah, you got that shit shirt nobody will take.
So to sell stuff, you just lay it on the blue one.
Hello, mate.
I got
Let's
17
yeah,
for
it's
the
an
axe.
expanding set of sandboxes, yeah. With a little lore peppered in.
Many thanks, Frank.
Alright.
Ooh.
So it tells us
Easy to
there's a
take
button
those.
to drop all valuables. So let's see what they consider to be valuables. Just the really nice stuff, huh? Yeah. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell that.
And then trying to put a basket up there and see what that
Many
guy
thanks.
says. I want to see his face. facial expression.
All right, let's see what he'll
It's
give
like, I
me
don't want
for.
this shit.
What about this book? Nothing for books.
What? You brought it to him. Like,
What about
you know he's gonna
buckets?
just-
You got a use for a bucket? No, doesn't like buckets. What about this board? No. What about this basket? No, nothing for the basket. That's my journal. We don't want to give him that. How about these
So-
cups? Surely you want a cup. Nothing for
So
cups.
this is the reality of all of this, because it seems ridiculous, but why are any of these things in the fucking game? And why are you able to put them in your backpack?
What about
Like,
this
what is
bone?
the purpose of it, right?
Are
So that
ready
you
to check
can
out?
waste space.
Just
And
place
Oh, I
waste
can
time
see.
picking
Orange
stuff
cloth
up.
on the counter.
So when you put things in your inventory, you can see if they have value in there.
Well, whether you can or not.
I know.
what's the
I'm.
point of it even being in
yeah.
the game.
I know.
Everyone's always.
I agree
that's
with
my
that.
biggest thing is everybody's always like saying, "Oh, we need more items to interact with." Why? Like, unless it's something that's being used, you don't need things to interact with. It's just time to waste picking up a bunch of bullshit. I think
Yep.
if there's no reason for it to be in the game, it shouldn't be in there. What? It's a waste.
Yeah, so let's see what there is to buy here. Maybe they have more stuff to buy.
Can you
Oh,
buy a
there's-
stool?
There's actual armor now.
Oh,
There wasn't any of that before.
that's good. Did you ever get hit enough to where you felt like you needed it?
No, not at all. And I'm not going to buy any of this stuff until I feel like I need it, which means never.
Well, yeah, you already
because
learned your.
this is probably the last time that I'll ever play this game.
But you got that shirt.
Oh, there's a Warhammer.
Shirt.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, we could have smashed that guy, the guy's head with the Warhammer hammer.
That's true. Some bigger swords. I don't like big swords in these games though. You know, I like one-handed swords. I think two-handed swords are annoying.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I like that
Looper's-
one. Can I afford it?
Looper says Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I like this sword. I don't think I have enough money for it though. 331.
That's tier 1, bro.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have got the shirt.
Right. Let's see. I'm sure I have something else. Oh, I know what I can sell. Where is
When you're ready to
that
check out,
dagger
place your items in that red cloth on the
at?
counter.
Don't tell me I'll drop my dagger. I must have not fucking brought that dagger with me. That sucks. I know that thing would have been worth some money.
Gamer Tag jumping in the chat says hello. What's up, Gamer Tag?
What's up, GT? How much for this thing? 19? I
the
don't
game?
think this will be enough.
Oh,
Let's see.
how much
19? No.
is the game expensive?
I don't. I want to say $30 for this.
Let me see. Yeah, $29.99. Yeah, if you liked it originally, I think you'll like the edition. If you didn't like it originally, this isn't going to make
can
it any
afford that
better.
one. All right, we found a new weapon.
I do think the this version looks so much better than the Flash
Yeah,
version,
nice.
obviously. But
Just place it on the red cloth on the counter.
So we'll go ahead and sell that. Boom. And
Cheers,
then we'll
mate.
buy
GT
this one.
says he loved the update, such a feeling of embodiment.
Okay. I didn't play it before, so I don't know what that means.
You got a good deal then.
Yeah, my thing is like I said, I'm not big into melee to begin with, and like you said, there's so many other games that have came out since this one came out that
Dude,
do it better.
You need to play Legendary Tales. Like, we need to play it together. You wouldn't believe how much better that fucking game is now than what it used to be.
It was already good back in the day, right?
Yeah, it's way better now. And
Yeah,
it makes
we should
this
check
it
it
makes this game look like Like your techno mode.
But like I said, for people that love this game, it got better. It's an even better game. If you didn't like it, it's not going this.
I don't know that I'm
update's
going to
not
play
gonna
all the
make
way
you
through
love it.
this level, but I'm going to look at it for a few minutes here and see what these different race of bad guys look like.
Yeah, I'm curious
Oh
to see if it's any
no.
different.
No, 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 no. Oh no.
What happened?
It's the same map.
Oh, but just harder?
No way. I must have picked the wrong one, or the same one again. Can I go home?
I just want to go home, please.
I want to make sure that I did that right. Return home. Here we go. Boom.
Well, it was originally a sandbox game. It is very possible that it's the same, maybe.
Okay, we're home. So the things have moved on the map now. Like they're in different places. Outpost, outlaws, outpost, wild folk, outpost, outlaws. All right. Surely these ain't all the exact same fucking level over and over again.
But see, that it's the spiciness of the gameplay is it doesn't matter if it's the same level, Wes.
What's up, GT? Thanks for joining, bro. Alright, so this is different. Okay. I wonder if it's just on a randomizer if I just picked the wrong one on accident a minute ago.
Yeah,
This is
the same picture Looper said, so it probably was the same level.
Alright. Yeah, this is a different level now. This is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, no, this game is beautiful. Like the graphics in this thing are amazing.
Oh, I've been spotted by an outlaw.
Uh-oh. Hopefully the AI is a little bit smarter on this harder level.
Are you going to attack me? Yep, they're attacking at least. This is on a higher difficulty. Oh, they're trying to get on both sides of me. That's pretty smart. Oh, she's got a hard head,
Did you
man.
just kill her? Oh my god, dude. Zip it says it looks great. Yeah.
Oh,
the
you
water,
bitch.
the swimming felt amazing too. Like I said, this game's biggest problem is it's just an older game, and like I said earlier, there's a lot of other games that do the same thing but better. Doesn't mean the game isn't good for what it is or for people that love it. It's got a really big following of people that love this game. I'm just not. For me, I'm not a big Melee fan anyway, but I don't like delays in movement, climbing, whatever. I want it to be seamless, and that's my biggest thing. Is like I just felt like the moving around was clunky.
All right,
But
well.
spoiler alert, I didn't like it back in the day when I played it either, so I didn't expect that it was going to be something that I just came in and was like, oh, dude, this is amazing. It's now got more content. The gameplay was what I didn't like, so.
Fuck your bucket. Oh, I found it. Where you at, bitches?
What are you looking for?
Where I'm supposed to go.
Oh, I got you.
I'm in their settlement here, but there was a couple hot chicks, and then after I murdered them, now there's nobody.
Man. Everybody ran. I would have. Like, I'm out. Fuck this.
They're in this cave back here, I bet. Oh, hello there. Don't mind me. I'm just here to steal everything you own. What, are you gonna hammer me across the gap, you dumbass? What a dipshit. Come on over here. Got something for you. I guess I'll just shoot them with arrows since they're not gonna come over here. What? Where'd my bow go? Did it steal my bow?
Yeah, it fucked you. It stole it.
I don't have it anymore. What the fuck? Now that is fucked up. You better watch out, bitch. This dude is not fucking around. Watch this dude
He's getting all
smack.
fancy with his swordplay, right? He's hitting that chick.
Yeah, he hit her in the face. It was funny. With his hammer. Now there's
You know who
hammers.
loves to be hit in the face with a hammer?
I do. Alright, we're gonna
Yeah,
speed run
shit.
this shit. There's no need to take our time. Let's go. Bitches, you're all gonna die.
They're gonna gather all the baskets.
Come here. Anybody else? No, just 3? Okay. This is the harder difficulty, Ruuts.
I know.
There's a
two
boat.
skulls.
Give me that bow, you bitch.
Can you imagine what 3 skulls would be like?
I know, it'd be like way harder. Alright, I got a quiver and some arrows. Alright, all is right with the world once again. Alright, so this is a pretty room. Is there anything good in here?
The bucket.
Mr. Bucket. The balls pop out of my mouth, Mr. Bucket.
Huh.
That's what I'm all about. Buckets of fun. I wonder if I can swing over there and grab that. We'll try it. Oh, it does work. Holy shit. Oh no. That was pretty cool though. That I could even do that.
That's what I loved about Boneworks and stuff. Is like doing things that you could do in real life, right? Like,
I wonder what kind of
something
reward there
like
is for me to get over there.
I don't know. Probably nothing. It's like the boxes.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna give it one more try. Because I pretty much made it. I just made a hasty decision at the end and it cost me.
Should be like a special weapon or something.
Crap. These things just keep swinging. They won't ever calm down. It makes it harder to go through on the second try.
Right.
They just swing forever, like real life.
Yeah, it never stops, never loses momentum.
What the hell? My fucking hand get caught in... Yeah, it sure did.
Just jump. I was trying to grab a sword, I think. You know, you can telekinesis, but it was underneath a person. And the game just made it very difficult to get the thing, right?
See, look, all these hooks and shit are still swinging over here like a fucking...
Like a madman.
Like a
they're
pendulum.
But it's the same problem of what we've said in other games where you grab the ladder, or I mean the drawer, and it pulls the entire dresser because the physics are just too overdone.
Yeah.
Right? Like the physics in here are good, but this is one instance where it's overdone. Yeah, fuck that last one. Just skip it.
All right.
Just fly right
this
over
is
it.
a fucking big area here.
But that would, what would be cool is there was something really cool over here. Like that's one of the things I loved about Remnant 2 is it had so many different items and different cool things that were hidden, and it like made you want to explore every single square inch of every map. Like I just think that that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of rule number one of video games, right? Like if they put stuff in here like this for people to practice and do, there should be something like a reason for it, not just
Right.
a fucking playground, you know?
And that's kind of the problem that I see that a lot of developers fall into, and I get it, but it's like they've thrown the rule book that has been proven to work, and it's not only been proven to work, it's proven what people want, and they've just fucking chucked it, and they've spent 90% of their money and time and effort on doing the VR mechanics, and then they slap together the gameplay, and they forget that the gameplay is the most important part. It's what draws us back. It's why franchises exist. It's why people play the Arkham series, why they play the entire Far Cry series, why they play the entire Nathan Drake series. They love the gameplay and the story. It's all a whole big package. And for a lot of devs, you just get the VR. And you're in there. What the fuck are you doing? You're wandering around on top of a house. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like
There's invisible walls up here too. Like I can't go any further.
it just, I think they just need to focus more on gameplay and what is proven to work. Take what's proven to work in flat games and adapt it into VR. And doesn't mean you make a flat game. It just means take those proven things that they've researched for decades that works and focus on that, and then build the VR around it. You know,
I really thought if I made it up here, Ruuts, there would be something. There's nothing up
Well,
here.
there's the feeling of pride and success. You did it, Wes.
There's a bird
You know,
nest that has nothing in it.
There was people that said you couldn't do it in the chat. They were
Yeah,
like, "There's no way he's doing
Those
this."
people clearly don't subscribe. They don't understand.
That's true. I hate invisible walls. Rogue TR says, you know, this is my thing. It's like, how hard is it to make it to where, I get it, you can't go everywhere. Just put a real wall there.
All right, exactly.
Yeah, you don't take away that immersion when I start running into a wall. That sucks.
And if you don't want me climbing all the way on top of your house, then make it so that I can't get on top of your house at all.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's see here. Dr. Orlean, Outlaw Medical Help, Expedition Journal Day 1. There isn't so much work for me to do here The state of those people is unbearable. I've seen more horror in a day staying among the outlaws than I did in a month at the Royal Hospital. I don't regret my decision, but those crystal shards create so many gruesome effects on their users. I must study them closer to find potential ways to help those poor beings. I'm not going to read all this shit. The crystals are bad.
See, how much better would this be if it just had a narrator with a decent acting? You know, like,
Are these the bitches I just killed? These are the bitches I just killed. I'm just back where I came from. Alright, what's in here?
I'm still a little put off that you can't dismember them. Is that
Yeah.
weird?
Oh, here's a dude.
I want to take off I want to cut their feet off, their hands. Whole shebang.
Oh, this guy's fucking aggressive.
That's why. He's aggressive. Oh, yeah.
He was.
It makes me wonder what 3 skulls would be like. Like, what's the highest level you can go to? Like 17,000 skulls? Fucking badass.
Come on, that's a door. I can open doors. What was this door not opening? There it goes. I found a treasure chest. Oh fuck, there's a dude behind me. There was.
Oh, yeah. He's dead now. Here's the thing. There's a place for games. Like, there's a place for everything. I'm just saying that most gamers want real games. You know? Even VR gamers. Because we all were regular gamers first. And so, like, we've enjoyed what's been out there. And as things have progressed, like I said, it's like the UEVR effect. It fucked a lot of us. You know, once, like Wes was saying earlier, once you've been into all these games, you're like, why would I want to go in there and cut somebody's hair or, you know, whatever it is? It's some bullshit, some chintzy ass game when I can be in a AAA game as Nathan Drake climbing around the fucking castle, or I could be in GTA 5, or I could be in Red Dead 2, or I could be in Returnal, or, you know what I mean? Like, the list just goes on and on and on.
And the crazy thing is that we're just now getting back to it. Like when VR first started with just PC and PlayStation, the games, I mean, not all of them, but there were good games back then.
Right.
And then we got away from it to you know, make the thing affordable and accessible. We're just now getting back to the point where we have games again, though.
Right. And I think the developers are getting better, and don't get me wrong, there's still good games out there.
Oh yeah,
It's just
definitely.
They're just fewer and far between, and my taste for what I want is different than what other people want. But I think there is a growing restlessness.
I'm out of arrows.
To pointlessness in games, like you said, 101 in video games is like there has to be a point for shit, you know. But they haven't got to that point. Things should flow.
I electrified my
raved
sword,
about-
Ruuts.
What's that?
That guy started shooting me with electrical powers,
That
and
is cool. That is pretty
I
cool.
collected it with my sword and made my sword like have his magic in it.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But the good news is we're right on the edge of all this stuff, right? Like, and I can go, I mean, I play 90% of what I play is mods now. I see games that have came and went, and I haven't touched them. I don't want to play them. I'll let other content creators do that. I'll let people like GT that, you know, goes into games and thoroughly reviews games and stuff, let him do that. For me, I just want to play AAA games, mods mostly, and then I'll cover whatever we cover on the show. And
I just want to play good games. That's it. Period. It just needs to be good.
Well, that's it. I do too. But I mean, I still, most of them, 90% of my games that I play, and I'm not even playing much flat games lately. Like I was telling you the other day, legitimately, good portion of my time is going to focusing on the crypto market because I'm going to make money. And
Oh
when
wow!
that's
Look at this
done,
place.
then I will gravitate more towards playing more or spending more time having fun.
So
But I
this
have like a small.
this is what Grimlock looks like. Like this room is what that whole game looks like. It's pretty fucking incredible.
It is incredible.
I'm gonna kill these
Duggars K
bitches.
says morning. Yeah, UEVR for PSVR 2 would be good. I'm sure at some point it's coming.
Well, what's going to happen is UEVR is going to lead to official official Unreal Engine VR games is what's going to happen. Or basically, UEVR is essentially a proof of concept for AAA VR,
Right.
and it's good. It's
So-
the tool that we're going to use to prove to developers that
Right.
their game runs in VR.
So that's the thing. Oh my God, this is so easy. It's not even about the mod right now or about playing the games, which even though it's amazing for me, it's about how many developers, big game developers, are going to continue to see this happening, and all of their games are coming to VR, and eventually there's going to be a point where they're going to realize there is an audience and that it can be done, and there'll be money that will be invested, and it'll just be a snowball effect. It'll happen almost overnight. I would predict that and I think they've even Epic's already aware of it and already has access to it. So like,
Well, they definitely know, 100%.
yeah. So, and it's open source, so it's not going away. And right now, yes, it's not something that the average person can use, but eventually this is going to be the stepping stone that allows big companies to make it really easy to put their game in VR. They can use this open source. If it's an Unreal Engine 5, it's already built in there. So it's a stepping stone.
Exactly.
But
100% truth.
there are some people that would love VR to stay in niche, right?
Yeah,
They
PCVR enthusiasts, pretty much. They wanted it to stay their secret thing for a while.
Yeah.
Now, since the money left the space, they're kind of ready for some more attention and investment to come back. But now we've got UEVR, so on second thought, I think that there are going to be people out there in PCVR world that are just going to be happy and content with UEVR, and that's all they're going to ever want from VR for the next few years.
All right.
Oh, fuck. Bitch is
Well,
fire.
that's mostly what I care about, and this is the thing. I talked to a lot of different people, and people that I've talked to about mods, several different games, because you always talk about whatever game, and you think, oh, they're gonna think this is cool, Harry Potter, whatever. But I just had a customer the other day that his wife's really big into World of Warcraft. I had mentioned that game, and it actually got him asking me questions about it, because he knew that she would be interested in it, right? Because they said they have a quest that sits there. He said that the kids, this was like a year ago, played it all the time back then. They said that nobody touches it. And so I said, well, maybe she gets into that game, right? But everybody's got something. Everybody's got a game that they would dream to be.
Wow, man.
As soon as that genre or that game hits VR, it has a potential to draw somebody to at least be curious to check it out. You know, like for me or Wes, we're huge Back to the Future fans, right? That's always been my dream, to be in that world, right? I'm not the only one, and everybody's got a movie or whatever it is, video game that they would love to be in.
That was actually kind of tough. I had to
You're
kill
almost
like
dead?
fucking 15 of those people at once, and they were all coming after me, and 3 or 4 of them had like powerful magic.
Did you almost die?
No, I got about halfway to dead. About halfway to dead.
But what we have proven in VR for the last several years is the IP is important, but is not nearly as important as the game. You could have the best IP in the world, and a developer can fuck it up. You know, they can Walking Dead onslaught it and take a franchise and shit all over it, and it just makes VR look bad. So I want to have a developer come out and make a really good game that if a flat gamer got into VR and played it, they would think, man, this is fucking amazing. The gameplay is phenomenal. I'm just tired of flat gamers looking at VR as a gimmick, because in a lot of ways the gameplay is gimmicky. And I just want to get away from it. I want to get to legit gameplay and just beat the shit out of every flat game out there that you think there's no way I would ever play this flat game over this. There's very few VR games that I could say that gameplay wise. You know, I get about being in there and actually, you know, being in the game and doing stuff, but most of these games don't hold a candle to, you know, even indie games in flat. But we're on the edge, though. It's changing, you know?
Yep. For sure. It makes me feel like I'm close to whatever the bounty is in this place.
Man, you've been climbing for a while.
So many people just there that I had to fight, and again, a lot of them were sorcerers, so it felt like a significant fight.
Darren James says, well, AAA does that to every small breakthrough studio. And I'm not even talking just AAA. You can have an indie game that can just be phenomenally done. Hades is AAA level, but it was an indie studio. So it doesn't have to take a ton of money. And we've had examples in VR as well. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it just has to take talent and a desire to put out something that, to know what people want. I just don't think a lot of developers know what people want.
So now we're in a part of the level that is identical to a part of the first level that we did.
Really?
Like it's literally identical.
But how could that be possible if you're in a different part of the... Oh. I'm spoiling the show. Secrets. Legendary Tales, Light Brigade. Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of examples. I said this like a year ago or something. And I meant it then, and I mean it even more now. It really is getting even more detrimental. It's sink or swim. And I hate to say this because it's careers, it's dreams, it's hopes, it's whatever, but a lot of devs have to fall off to the side because they're not talented enough to do what they're wanting to do. I mean, or they have their expectations. Like Alex said, there's room for everybody. They just can't expect to be selling their game for $30. It's a $2 game. It's a $2 game, you know, and bank on that because there's a lot of shit out there for Steam and a lot of audiences. So I guess there is room for everybody, but like there's a reason why studios are failing. It's because they're setting their goals way past what they're able to do, and it's just not happening. So
okay, so basically I've now got the gist of what this game mode actually is. This is pretty much a Dungeons of Eternity style game mode where you just go through these levels that are kind of procedurally generated, where there are like parts of levels that get shuffled to make a new level, right? Um, After you play it, you start to become familiar with all of the rooms and stuff. So while the rooms may come in a different order, you pretty much know where to look when you get in each room to find the valuables or the people or whatever. The more you run through it, the more you expand your map. And now I've got a bigger map, or I'm about to get a bigger map because I found a piece of a map. But you just keep doing these runs and coming back with loot. And I would assume that at some point, after you get all the map pieces and grow the map out enough, the story will continue to unfold. Unlike a Dungeons of Eternity, this does have a story unfolding as you do your runs, which is something. And eventually, you'll work your way through the story and there'll be an end. But the runs themselves are just basic looter runs. So you're just running through these levels and killing people and stealing their things over and over and over again, and progressing slowly as you go. It's just a way of them to take this sandbox tech demo and give you an objective, something to play for.
Right.
So it's better than it was.
It's making a good game better. It's not going to make you want to come play it if you didn't play it before or didn't like it before.
No, it needs some co-op in it now. That's really the only thing I could see that would ever make me come back into this now that I've played it. Because what it offers is done better in other games, basically. Right. There are other games I'd rather play than this. Not that this is bad. It's pretty good. It looks really good.
Right. Looks beautiful. And kudos to the devs for continuing and actually releasing it. And, in the finished state, adding more to it. Just because it's not my type of game doesn't mean that it's not good for people that love it. It's, obviously people like it. So.
Yeah, well, it is, like, I like melee games. That's fine with me. I like melee, and I like sorcery and archery. I like all of that stuff. It's just the campaign mode, which is the whole reason I would ever play this. Could be a lot more fleshed out than what it is. It's fairly basic what's here right now.
I don't know. They had me if you could sell the baskets and shit, even for like $1. Like, oh yeah, hell yeah,
$1, Bob.
I'm picking all this shit up.
Anyway, I think that's it. Let me save my game. Can I save it, or does it auto save?
Ooh, Pant is here. Says glad to catch the live stream.
What
Yeah,
up,
you catch him the very end. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't think there's any kind of game save here. We'll go back to the main menu and say goodbye to all of our friends. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Blade and Sorcery. The what are they calling it? They call it story mode or
The
Nomad
Nomad
Hunt.
Something.
No, Nomad is the quest version. It's called Nomad.
Oh. Okay, and then what is it then?
So this is Crystal Hunt, I think, is what it's called.
Oh, Crystal. Okay.
Yeah, Crystal Hunt. I think I used to date that girl. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It's definitely better than it was, I assume. I never played it before, but I hate sandboxes. I need objective-based gameplay, and now I have that here. It's quite polished in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, it's fairly basic in terms of the gameplay systems and progression loop that they have going on here. I definitely wouldn't dissuade people from playing it. If you like this type of game, you'll probably like this. But if you're coming in as a single player that likes these types of RPG style games, go play Asgard's Wrath, go play Legendary Tales, go play I mean,
What's
anything.
that other one we played with Mash, where you could be different, a knight, and you could be an archer, and you could be.
I'm talking about that dungeon crawler. What's it called? Somebody will put it in the chat in just a minute. It's still very good.
I thought that was better than this.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, I actually really enjoyed the combat in that.
Yeah, that's one I could see us going back to actually. Because it has come in the full release with a big update since we played it way back when.
Yeah, I think there was a whole level that wasn't opened, right?
No, it's not Ancient Dungeon.
Originally.
Somebody tell me what. It's a three-player dungeon crawler, co-op dungeon crawler on PSVR only.
You could be a knight, you could be an archer. It was like kind of cartoony, but it was actually done very well.
It's not Heroes of Eternity. It's not Dungeons of Eternity. It's
it was like 2 or 3 years, 4 years old.
Yeah, it's an older game. It was in early access for a long time and then finally launched. I'm gonna have to look it up now, just because people.
Yeah, I'm kind of going through my Steam library right now, trying to see if I can stumble across it, because it's definitely worth checking. I always think of that one when I hear of Legendary Tales, and then I'm like, no, Legendary Tales is the other one that we played with multiple people. We just kept running back and shit.
Let's see here.
We played that one early.
I'll run across it here in a second and tell you what it is.
Was it Gorilla Tag? No, that's not it.
Doobie doo. A lot of stuff in my library.
I know, I'm thinking the same thing.
We're gonna have to play it now just because we're taking all this time.
Carnage Chronicles.
Carnage Chronicles, thank you.
Yeah.
Carnage Chronicles was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's released, when was it? July 31st, 2020.
It's been a while, hey?
That's when when our early access, we are now doing a full release. It was fully released 4 years ago, Wes.
Well, we covered it before that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, I don't know what that's going for on the Steam. Let me check real quick.
Well, you can get it.
That to anybody.
You can catch keys for that pretty cheap. They're often in bundles on
$10.
Well, yeah, it's worth that all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do that one week when we don't have anything to do. We can just
revisit it.
Stream that, 3-player co-op.
Yeah. Absolutely. Looper says Hellsplit Arena. Yeah, actually, I saw that as I was scrolling through my names as well.
Yeah, it kind of had the same thing going on though, where like the combat feels really good in it, but it's an arena combat game.
Yeah, this is like an actual legit, like going through a dungeon. You have it just was. I'm watching the trailer now on Steam, and it was cool, man. It had 1,145 very positive reviews.
Anyway, that's Blade and Sorcery, everyone. Let us know in the comments down below. Did you play the new update? What do you think about it? Do you think it holds up to contemporaries in 2024? Let us know down below. And I guess that's it. Ruuts is the first time we've signed off in a while without having a game to give away next week.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was going to ask people too if you think Ruuts was too soft on this game. Let me know in the comments. Because I think I kind of went a little overboard. I just got so irritated with the climbing last. It just set me in a bad mood.
I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, I don't think the climbing's bad at all.
It's just for me. I'm just so over climbing that I have to hesitate. I guess. I don't know. I just had to throw it in there one more time.
Game of the month coming up the day after tomorrow. A slow month for PlayStation, but a fair month for PSVR and a really good month for Quest. So lots to talk about. We'll be talking about this game more then. We'll be talking about all the games on today's episode more than and then some. So if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got the notification bell turned on so that you can be notified. Maybe if YouTube feels like notifying you, you can be notified when we go live. Hit us up on Discord, by the way, people. That's where we'll be at in the meantime. There's a link in the description down below. It's an invitation. It is 100% free, and it's been popping off lately, Ruuts. There's been like 2 and 3 police chases a day.
That's crazy. Some good ones too.
People modding
Some really
games
bad ones.
on there left and right. Like it's some good conversation going on the Discord lately. So join us on there. And with that said, friends, I'd like to thank you all once again for watching. For Ruuts, I'm Wes. We'll see you Monday. Bye bye.
Take it easy.
Doobie doobie doo.